Just gonna watch for that. Pussy!
Pussy! Pussy vagina!
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hi. How's it going?
how's it going, everybody? I was the only one that didn't say it. I'm sorry I betrayed everybody like this.
I can't
No, it's
believe
okay.
this.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked
I
up.
fucked up.
Now you fucked up.
Also, Gwen, can you do me a favor and zoom in on the relevant parts of the map?
Yeah.
Because okay. We were only experiencing like the bottom quarter of the map today.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil people about what else is on the map.
Well, if they watch the session 0, they'll already know. But oh no, you have to include the last line too. You have to zoom out a little more than that if you can.
Thank you, Seven.
I'll just.
Whisper the word pussy from now on. I'm worried about the neighbors.
There
If
we
you can't
go.
get it in scope, just start at the last line and then move it over later, because that's where that's where we'll be starting our story today. So
Fine, bitch.
Wait, Ruby, what were you thinking 7 for?
Oh, whoops. You're the one who typed your pussy.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Sorry,
Mhm.
I just like blanked out. Yeah, sorry about that.
How do I change my nickname?
I think you have to do that outside of the game.
No,
Don't you?
no, it's in the settings in the cogwheel at the top corner.
Thank you.
Oh, God, I hate Roll20.
I changed my image, but it didn't change my image.
My image will always be what it is. I identify strongly with it.
Oh, you have to reload the page to see it. Well. Summon aqua! Water, the source of all life! Star searing flames of absolution!
Drops of absolution. It's like water, but it's burning.
Star searing comes of absolution!
Yep, there it is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
We also know bloody quotes of the stream.
We have succeeded in changing the images that nobody else can see. Except us.
They can see him in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, you can.
Yeah, we
Damn,
have.
Also,
you're right.
Chicory's sub ran out in between messages.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God.
You posted your final sippos.
All right, so I think we should go ahead and get started.
It's back.
Oh, I guess not. There was just one message that didn't have the thing. Yeah, let's get started.
Let's get started.
Okay, can y'all do me a quick favor and remind everybody who you are, or playing either? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I could go firsties.
Okay. It is your stream.
Yeah, it is my stream. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's up? My name is Ember. I am Prince from the Matelands Meet. It's like around here somewhere. Don't worry about it.
Hi, Ember.
Hi. I'm.
Now tell us 3 cool facts about yourself.
Okay, well, here's my hooks.
Okay. It's true.
Do you want to read off hooks when we're introducing ourselves? I feel like it's not a bad
You don't
idea.
have to. That's a I feel like for a lot of the player information stuff, something I would like to do at some point is post y'all's character sheets in like a legible format for everybody. So if they want to look at that stuff themselves, they can. But otherwise, I don't.
That's a good idea. Remind me to work on that between weeks. Okay, so like, I am Ember. I am a prince from a like an aristocracy, like little like agricultural nation called the Landsmeet, right?
Yeah, it's you can just call it. You can just say it one syllable. Mate.
Mate
Spelled
Landsmeet.
MAGHT.
Yeah. And my whole situation is I'm playing the imposter, so I have this demon eyeball implanted in my chest, and like which powers both my like artificial limbs. I have 2 like mechanical arms, and also it is how I fly my Astir. And basically, in the Landsmeet, it's ruled by a bunch of like different like rich families, and each family has like a prince that participates in like duels and politics and stuff. And I am the prince of my family, the Deadman family.
Mm-hmm.
And
this isn't foreshadowing. They just had a poor choice of name.
Yeah. And I don't know. Basically, I have like a lot of stuff going on with like expectations of someone who like is disabled in world, and like there's this whole thing about like my obligations to the family, and like I don't know. It's like a lot to get into. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we have. I imagine we'll have plenty of time because I'll be trapped in my commitment for a long time. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I brought this upon myself, and also I didn't want to do this. Oh god, I'm gonna have to figure out in real time what risks apply to situations. Why is this loading badly? I need to download a real PDF reader. I'm like cursed.
Yeah.
We've said this. This is like the 4th time you've said that.
I know. I'm like lazy.
Eventually,
Lazy
if you
PDF.
say it enough times, you'll convince yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my Astir is called the Vice Igneous.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It's got a tail.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a picture of it eventually. Who knows?
Who knows?
Don't mind me. I'm a stalling Adobe Reader.
Not the choice I would have gone with, but
It was the first result on Google. I'm not particularly picky at the moment. I can just switch it out later. I think Adobe sucks too, but like
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time to do research. Oh, screw this, actually. I'm installing. I don't want to see McAfee.
yeah.
Okay. Can we move on to somebody else, please?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Kane, you're next.
Okay, yeah, I am playing Kane Myriad. I am in like a weird like ghost amalgamate AI that like took over the body of like a normal boy promising student at like a magic mech pilot academy and just pretending to be him. I'm doing my best. Don't want to get found out because that would probably be trouble for like me and like other people also maybe. I don't know. Shit. What more do I need to say? What more do you need from me?
I mean that's about it. Say as much as you want to say. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've like already forgotten all the information that like Gwen said, so I was like, oh shit, it's like a format I'm supposed to be following here. But I guess there's not
No,
really.
just have fun.
No. It's
okay.
just enough information to remind people, or to people who weren't here last week, or or people who forgot, like me. Just like who you are, what you're about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just doing my best. I'm trying to keep my head down and just do a good job at war.
Nice.
I pilot in a story called the th.mall, which is like
Bless you.
a mass production unit developed in the Thorian Concordat, which is where the like mage school I went to is.
Mm-hmm.
It's got knives and shit. It's pretty cool.
Wait, knives or knights?
Yeah, knives.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't think the Thorian Concordat was big on knight culture.
I made up a knightly order and it didn't tell you.
Yeah, no. I love it when my players make up things and don't tell me. I say it with like a gritted smile. Oh man. I'm gonna try and keep my pessimism in check, because I will say to the audience here, I'm not an experienced GM.
Yeah,
This
you
is
are.
like I have literally done it once, and it was a bad experience for me personally. So
you just gotta fake the confidence.
Yeah.
If you don't let them smell you, they won't be able to smell you.
I really hope they can't smell me. That would kind of suck.
I can smell you.
Well, then don't tell them that you smell.
I didn't say anything like that. I just don't want them to smell me.
Don't let them know about your musk.
I'm not. Sometimes I have to sit down and I have to recognize when things are entirely futile. This is my first.
On the record that Gray is not denying the musk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's realizing that it's futile to argue against it.
Even if I argued against it, you would just claim that, oh no, that's what a musky person would say.
Yeah, that's what a musky husky would say. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
exactly. So like, regardless of this truth, you've established a truth for me that I have no control over.
Teehee.
You all
Greg
done with Kane?
stinkies.
Oh man. Fucking sheets. Sorry, I'm opening some files on a different PDF reader. Do you want to go next? Who's next on the fucking?
Yeah, I'll go next. I was just asking if Ruby if she was done.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
All right, I'm a former division commander.
Oh, damn,
I've
you're
cast
so
aside my
mysterious and
identity and my
sexy.
gender. I go by X for ease of use. My Astir is called Selfless Blade. I have a little fox spirit following me around. I'm also a divorced wife guy. But we're not actually divorced, we're just estranged. That's important.
Yeah, you didn't
To
fill
my
out the
story,
paperwork
probably.
Yet. Yeah, you didn't fill out the paperwork yet.
Yeah. So if I see them again, we'll still be married. That's all I have to say.
Probably won't happen.
About
Don't worry
myself.
about it.
Forget about it.
It's a big world. It's easy to just not run into somebody again.
Yeah,
I handed
exactly.
Gray 3 named characters. I think all of them are going to show up.
Oh god, I have to read those. I only remember one.
There's also the parents who are still alive.
Oh yeah, no.
And we're also
Those you
in the
could reasonably
military.
not run into. So
I mean,
possibly.
maybe.
Definitely when you run into your estranged wife, though. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, Mal.
All right, I'm Mal. Is short for Malady, because I'm edgy. I'm not actually that edgy, but okay. So I'm like a street rat, or I was a street rat from like the capital of the authority, like in Semet's Blade, and grew up doing like petty thievery and stuff like that, and eventually got betrayed, but then made a pact with an abandoned demonic god that's a big spider that's kind of gross named Gray named it. Hang on.
Yeah, it's Armour.
Aranoir.
Yeah, either Ara or Era, whatever you prefer.
I like Aranoir because it's cool. And then we made a pact, and now she's a witch, and she has. Oh shit! I have to name my neck.
You can come up with it later.
I can't.
Don't panic.
What?
Yes.
I just you have time. Don't worry about it.
I have time. Yahoo! Oh, really? I have a big mech and a sword and a knife, and a big invisibility cloak that can be sneaky.
Like, are we both invisible? That's awesome.
Yeah, I think we both be invisible.
Yeah.
I think it made sense considering my magic's supposed to look like
shadows.
Poisonous dark shadow things. So it's only justifiable.
I think it's poggers.
I think it's poggies.
Yeah, X and Ember are gonna get shot so much while we're just sneaking around and doing fuck all.
that's fine. That's like my whole deal.
We're gonna put on our little turn on our invisibility and then bring out we're gonna have giant mech lawn chairs and we're just gonna sip mimosas.
Yeah, I love being the center of attention.
Yeah. The enemy gets really confused by the lulling sounds of Jimmy Buffett coming from nowhere.
Yeah, Ember likes being the center of attention, and I like getting hit instead of other people.
X just likes getting hit.
Well, that's not quite true. And if it is, we'll find out when we meet my wife.
That is
my wife.
Yeah. Your wife.
My wife.
We should have you should get very out of character for the one time and one time only, and it's if you encounter your wife and you just go, my wife.
No. I'm not gonna say my wife.
Then immediately she fucking runs your cockpit through and you die.
Yeah, he would probably do that.
Anyways, so let's get started. So, to those of you who weren't here last week, we are entering the world, the continent that I have not named yet because I forgot to do that. Um, However, we're entering this continent that has been wrapped in a 20-year or so war between the lower area known as the Coalition, that's the purple zone on the map, and the more northern reaches of Semet's Blade, which is the yellow and also green version, green areas of the map. The conflict has been locked at a stalemate at the pass connecting the two areas for 15 or so years due to the Coalition unearthing a super weapon that was single-handedly capable of preventing a push through. And at this point, most conflict has been limited to just staring daggers at each other, or maybe the Coalition making small-scale efforts to, like, push past, but futilely. The Blade's military power is far greater than the Coalition force could hope to muster at the moment. Recently, all four of our channelers were, for their own reasons, found themselves in the Coalition and joined the cause. And we will be entering in to the most recent spot of this conflict as these channelers get their first assignments. So that's my little bit of exposition. So now I'll actually start reading what I had prepared. Each of you has been summoned to the Coalition Force HQ, located in the last line to receive your new assignment from Command at Spire. Up until now, you all have mostly been taking care of small tasks around the fort in order to build familiarity with the organization and honestly just buy time to figure out what to do with y'all. Would y'all want to tell me what y'all might have been up to in the meantime? Like, I would say you've been around for like between a month to a few weeks.
Hmm.
And it wouldn't be anything like large scale military operations. Like in the case of like the Paradigm, maybe you were offering like spiritual comfort to some people. In the
Yeah, I
case
was working
of,
as a therapist.
yeah, you could literally just be working as a therapist, getting to know people. In the case of Ember, Ember could just be like, I don't know, probably do combat, like on the ground combat training with some other like soldiers, like
Yeah,
duels.
I've probably been wrestling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, wrestling in quotation marks.
Yeah,
If I was working as a therapist, I probably never saw any of the other player characters.
That's fine.
Yeah, that makes
None of
yeah.
them need therapy. They're all
We're
Yeah,
fine
all
they're
and
all
normal.
perfect and normal.
we're all
yeah,
perfect and normal and don't have traumas. It looks at my hooks. Not a
Mm,
bitch.
I honestly would say Mal probably just snuck in on some cargo
hmm
and has
I
just been hiding. But people like knew about you, but you're still
I
hiding anyways.
well, yeah, I think she's like hiding, but she's not hiding what like she's hiding in the sense that she's not necessarily supposed to. Well, she's supposed to be here because she's like signed up and stuff.
Yeah, no, like you're
Presumably,
mostly just avoiding everybody.
I'm probably yeah probably probably I've been avoiding everybody. Maybe like if anyone tries to get near me, I've been like
Yeah, like you hiss and
yeah.
then disappear into the shadows.
Yeah. I mean, I just like fucking climb up a wall with my lizard hands and go into a like air vent or whatever.
Oh, you're venting, huh?
kind of
Sus.
That's
sus.
pretty sus.
You're some
I
kind of
guess.
imposter.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I've spent the last month being sus.
Me too.
But
What
for
was
different.
the thing we decided to call you instead of the imposter?
Oh,
Heretic.
I don't. Oh, well, that was.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I don't actually remember.
Yeah. I mean, I think officially I am just only referred to as Prince, right?
Yeah.
Right. But then like the bad guys would call me like heretic.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think imposter is probably like the informal term assigned to people who have like undertaken modifications to their own body in order to gain power.
Right. No, but we talked about this last time. We don't want
Oh,
to use
right.
that
Yeah.
word.
You don't want to use that word.
Gwen doesn't want Among Us jokes every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's right. I completely forgot about that. And I guess I do want to actually take a moment to declare a more commonplace terminology for people who have done that though. That
Right.
isn't the one that starts with I.
The I word.
The I word.
Those guys.
Those guys. Yeah, I don't know.
You just want to call them the modified?
Modified works.
Yeah,
Sussy Bacchus.
kicking you from the game.
No, my bestie.
Walt, you're looking pretty sus there.
Anyways, so we'll just for people who've done that are just modified. And how about you, Kane? I think Kane would probably be the one that have like a bit more trouble trying to like fit in.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think I got like transferred here as soon as I was like approved to like go back into active duty after all of the after all the shit happened. Right, I was removed from duty for a long time after I got back from the academy just because I had been in like a weird traumatizing simulator mishap, or at least that's what everybody thinks. You know, but actually, I am a weird traumatizing simulator mishap. But like anyway, I think I have been here. I have not been given a lot to do. And I've been like I've like kept to myself a lot. I think I've been doing a lot of like routine checks and like maintenance on my Astir, on my like equipment. Just well, like more than is necessary considering that I'm not going out and piloting it really, right? Like
In my mind, I would see Kane like doing little war game simulations, just like idly, like just in his room, like alone,
Kane playing Catan all alone.
like literally.
I mean, it's like the like weird ghost AI thing that I am is like a combat simulator. So, like I guess I can just run that in my own head and like not have to go anywhere to some
Yeah,
extent.
exactly. Like, I mean, I like the idea of like falling back on doing that as like a source of like familiarity and comfort almost, but that's obviously entirely up to you. That's just an
I
idea
can totally
off
see
in
that,
my
right?
head.
Like just
Yeah.
I'm keeping my senses sharp and make sure my reaction times are up.
Making sure. Just fucking imagining Kane saying a fucking ping meter, an FPS monitor, constantly
God.
in view at all times. Basically. Okay, you have to post that image on
I did.
Gwen's server.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
put it on Gwen's server too, so that the people at large knew what we just laughed at.
I mean, it's in the Twitch chat.
Oh, it is in the Twitch chat. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that chat. Sorry, I got
Yeah.
confused. There's too many of them.
It
Yeah,
was
fair.
very fun. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, this is what Kate does.
All right. So I feel like that gives us a pretty good idea of what y'all been up to.
Yeah.
So each of you has received a summons from wherever you currently were to come and receive your assignments from Commandant Smire in the core office in the command room. You all will probably make your way there. In some cases, probably escorted by the person who gave you the message to make sure you actually show up. Looking at you, Mel. And after a little bit, you all kind of shuffle in. I imagine you're either standing at attention or just kind of, you probably just exist in the room as you normally would.
Yeah.
So
X is brooding.
like hand over one eye, looking off into like the corner.
He only has one eye.
If
Why?
there's
like covering its eyes.
I think if there is a desk, Mal already has her legs up on it. Like
Now there's no chairs though. Everybody
Just
else is
standing
standing
on
on the
top
desk. Like a cat.
okay, fine. Well, yeah. Okay,
One leg up on the desk.
Mal has gone to the nearest desk and is sitting cross-legged on it.
Yeah, that's
Cute.
fine.
Mal makes sure to get there ahead of time for once and just is sitting in the chair behind the desk, refusing to get up.
Commandant Spire probably looks on with you with like a bit of confusion and honestly probably chuckles a little bit to herself. And then immediately like dumps Kane out of the chair so she could sit down.
I did not do that. I did not get in the chair. I was joking about that thing, something that Val did.
Okay, well,
I am standing here at like perfect attention, very
very
know,
normal.
very normal. My posture is exemplary. I'm awaiting orders. I'm awaiting instructions.
All right, so thank you all for showing up today. To be honest, we haven't really been sure what to do with y'all. Channels are indeed an asset, but y'all are quite new. However, we finally have an assignment for you. You four will be comprising a new experimental hypermobile combat unit, utilizing a prototype character developed by Tri-Town, utilizing some of the Titan Age research they've done. Ideally, using the ship, you'll be a mobile task force resolving issues that would take too much time, resources, or manpower to deal with, as the force has none to spare. Also, like, we don't even know if the ship will fly for long, and y'all can deal with that when that happens. You're basically guinea pigs. Anyways, as you may already know, the line of the pass has been in a stalemate for some years now. The blade's lacking the necessary force and mobility to bypass our deterrent. However, we've recently received intel from our agents out in the field in the capital that production has been ramping up for something capable of breaking through our greatest asset, leaving us completely at their force's whims. So, that simply means we need to strike first. Let me go ahead and go to the map real fast. Oh my god, my window. Anyways, so I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit.
Don't we can't see what you're doing with your map. Don't tell. It doesn't matter. Just do your thing, bitch.
Sorry.
Mwah.
Let me. Oh my god, I have to move my tabs around. Sorry, it's gonna take me a second because
You're fine.
We were in
okay.
call for 30 minutes for everyone to prepare.
Yeah.
My
Well, this is
God.
something I
Nice.
wanted to draw in real time. As you can see, our forces are greatly outgunned and numbered by even a fraction of the Blade's standing force. So if we want a shot defeated, we need to get creative. That's where y'all come in. We need you to start an uprising in the Bog Marches, which is the green area on the map. So, like here, like you need to start an uprising in this area. Ideally, to the extent that it pulls forces from the nearest fortification, the Fort of the Pass, to deal with the new problem. During this moment of hesitation is when we strike with a spear straight into the general's war room, taking the fort for ourselves. You all be sent to meet with the guerrilla squadron, the Wire Riders, and they will apprise you of the situation in the more remote regions. Now you may work to achieve your objective. It's not going to be easy. Hell, you may not even make it there in one piece. But the cause is going to have a real shit time if you can't do anything. So please, for the love of all that is free, do your goddamned best. Now get moving.
Aye.
Yeah, all right.
So like the combat thing they want to do is something like this, right?
What was that part about guinea pigs?
We don't actually know how long the boat will stay up. This is the very fresh prototype, and they need to get field data, and ideally people who might survive it crashing. So, yeah. Simply put, none of y'all developed a sincere amount of trust within the organization yet. You're all fresh faces and from places they don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Anyways,
you know.
As you head out of the main tent, one of the aides then leads you to the landing platform, just a bit outside of the base where the carrier is at rest. I want to ask you, what do you think this carrier looks like? Like, what would you want it to look like, rather? I mean, you gotta, like, examples to pull from is you can have, like, I mean, there's always the classic example of White Base from Gundam. It could be, like, a airship in a more traditional sense, powered by buoyant gases. It could even be something even a little more abstract, you know, but
I'm
like
imagining like a box, like a cube, kinda, with like turbines
okay.
on the sides.
Oh, like a mobile storage unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it just looks kind of shitty.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's clearly not designed to look epic. It's
Yeah,
just
no.
kind of like a big like box with
Okay, like a stapled together Airbus with like 4 like lifting engines stapled to the side,
yeah,
and
basically.
maybe just enough space for some quarters, but mostly just there to store Astirs.
Yeah. Works for
Okay.
me.
God, yeah, I like that. It's a nightmare. It's terrible. It's
Yeah,
like
no.
living there.
Yeah, no.
Looks like brutalist architecture.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think that's a good descriptor. And if I recall correctly, you'll want to name the ship Theseus.
I liked Invulnerable.
I liked Invulnerable too.
Yeah, Invulnerable 2 was good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Invulnerable too.
Okay, Invulnerable 2 it is.
It can be the Theseus class can be the
Theseus
name of yeah.
Okay.
Theseus class carrier vessel, the
CSS Invulnerable too.
CSS Invulnerable 2.
Sure. Okay. So do y'all just kind of like go get your Astirs, load them up onto the ship, and start acquainting yourselves with the crew?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah, I
normal.
think so.
Yeah.
I think Kane is like very particular about like making sure people are like going to be like storing his Astir very properly and like carefully, right? Like I think that
Jerry probably wiggles like fucking like swings a wrench at you and tells you to fuck off. They know how to do their jobs.
I mean, I was planning on just fucking standing on top of it as it gets wheeled in.
That's pretty
Like
cool.
as it gets raised in, like with the ropes and stuff, I'm just sort of squatting. I'm getting the sense that Mel is a squatter type, and but not by any definition of the word, apart
Oh,
from
no.
the fact that she squats a lot.
Permanently doing the slop squat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I
X
want
is
Kane's
being
like-
normal about it.
I
Kane's
want
just like immediately anxious about the fact that like somebody else is like handling this thing. He's just like, okay, you're gonna try to not like freak out too much. Gonna try and be normal.
yeah, I'm
You know,
fine.
Just stare into a corner.
Ember's not worried about it. Ember wants to meet the crew.
okay. Well, as those are getting loaded up, first person you meet waving you in from the cockpit side of the ship is the pilot. She seems to be happy to see you.
Mhm.
And kind of gestures for you to come up and say hello.
Everyone's happy to see me. Hey.
Hi, welcome to your new home. Name's Seraph. I'll be your pilot.
Nice to
Arcanus
meet you,
Myriad.
Seraph.
At your service.
Cool. Y'all two got names?
I'm X.
Okay.
Ember.
All right. Squatting one.
Well, actually, she's not squatting now. Now she's like leaning against a wall, and she's just. Sorry.
I
That's
don't
okay.
apologize for that. I just thought it was funny.
This is important. This is important. You don't know when this happened. She's changed positions. She's not on the mech anymore.
Mhm.
She was gestured down. But she just sort of like she just like smirks and looks the pilot up and down, and then goes. Well, no, wait. Sorry, I forgot my name.
Mal.
Yeah,
Mel.
Mel.
I imagine you just like flipping a knife in your hands while you're doing this.
Yes, actually, yes.
You do have a
Please.
knife.
I do have a knife. Can I please be flipping a knife in this?
I
We
mean,
Like,
sure
I'm
if you
just
want
like-
to.
I'm just
That's
like
fine.
fiddling with it. You know the pencil thing, like when you do the pencil thing through the finger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. She's doing that with a knife, and then she's just like cockily like smirking, and then looks the pilot up and down, and just goes, "Mal," and then doesn't
Yeah.
say anything more.
And then to really unnerve the pilot starts doing like making the pencil look like rubber thing with her knife. And like getting a real like scary look on her face.
Yeah. Whoa.
Like dark magics.
I'm so
she,
scared.
she gestures her eyes at the pilot, and then just or at Seraph, and then gestures back at the pencil looking like rubber, and goes like raises her eyebrows like, you see this shit?
Kay just making a mental note. Val practices improper weapon discipline. Be careful.
Okay. Seraph looks at that and goes like, okay, honey. Well, nice to meet you all.
You too.
Okay.
Can you imagine your therapist talk like that?
So how does that make you feel?
Tell me about your mother.
A little impatient, honestly. I would like to get you all on and get to know you all a little better, but well, that's a little bit up to you. Would you care to follow me onto the ship?
X follows her.
Yeah, right behind
Excellent. The rest of you?
Kane also follows afterwards. Yeah, I think as soon as people are getting out of the ship, Kane is like following
you.
too.
Yeah, we all fall on.
Mel goes faster and is in front of you. This is not true. She's following.
Okay. She leads you through the ship, and it's a pretty cramped affair, right? Like 90% of the space is given to just storing and maintenance the Astirs. But there is a small medical bay, and she takes you in there to meet the medical officer on the ship, Stitch. You see a crusty middle-aged man half asleep on a bench with a bottle of booze hanging out of his hand. And a magazine draped over his face.
Kind of
Well,
magazine.
probably like a medical magazine.
Okay.
That would be so heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you enter the room, Seraph just slams the wall really loud, and he goes, "What?" And sits up and spilling his alcohol everywhere, and fucking blinking really hard at the bright lights. Like, what? Oh fuck.
I'm not
Jesus.
interested in this one.
Oh, fuck you too, I guess. Jesus Christ. It's gonna suck when you get injured.
I hope I can rely on more prompt response should I actually need your services, sir.
You'll get what you get.
Jesus.
We can give my let's not get injured.
Anyways, name's Stitch. I'm your medical officer on the ship. I'll fix you up if you need fixing.
I won't.
Put you back together. Make sure you're ready to go out in the field again. But otherwise, I prefer to keep to myself. All right. Now, I have a nap to get back to. And then promptly lays back down, puts the magazine back on his face, and just stops talking.
Just anxiously looking for the next person I'm supposed to talk to get out of the situation.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Seraph is already leaving. Seraph knew exactly how this was gonna go, and was already walking to the engineering bay. And as you lead into the engineering bay, you meet the chief engineers, Wire and Jury.
Woo!
Who look remarkably similar due to the fact that they are twins.
Do it.
As you approach, Yuri walks up and says, "Oh, great! So these are our pilots, huh?"
They
I
cute?
assure you I am exceptionally qualified.
Great. Are they cute?
Yes.
Hey.
I would say they're cute. I would say Seraph is conventionally attractive, and
Mhm.
Wire and Rigging are they're on the young side. They're
Okay.
probably teens.
Okay.
They're both kind of wearing traditional engineering garb, so big, heavy, protective top kept in place by overall sturdy overalls and an apron, each with a pretty hefty tool belt, right?
Yeah.
And welded goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Yuri stands at the front and seems to be the more vocal one. Wire is a bit behind, keeping to themselves. And Yuri goes on to say, nice to meet you all, I suppose. This is the engineering bay. We are capable of fixing your Astirs, but please keep them in decent shape to make my life less miserable.
Yeah, that's the plan, bud.
Good.
I assure you I have the utmost respect for my machine.
I'm so glad. What about you two?
X doesn't say anything.
Awesome. Real conversationalist over here.
Mal probably is insulted by the insinuation that she would ever fuck up a mech. But doesn't say anything because I couldn't think of anything. There you go.
That's okay.
That's what you get. Fuck.
There's
Yeah.
there's no point in making empty promises.
Oh,
I love making empty promises, but
you're
I'm
a
not
fucking
going
cool
to.
dude over here, huh? Fucking dark and mysterious type, eh?
Yeah, we got a real
Swore.
fucking cool one over here. X is like so badass.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know,
a little. I can
Oh,
feel the
thanks, Ember.
chill.
I think
And
he's
like,
kind of a
like
dweeb,
fake shivers a
actually.
little bit.
Listen, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This dude's a square.
She doesn't react to any of the things that anyone is saying about her.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't even like blink or like and her eyes don't even like twitch to look in their directions. She just completely ignores all of it.
Yeah,
Fly lands perfectly on the eyeball.
I give Mal a knowing look.
Mhm.
Mel gives a look of not knowing what's being known.
All right, I step over and lean in towards Mal. Like, yeah, I was like being a little bit sarcastic there. He's like, yeah. No, I'm with you.
That's a little close there, buddy. You know, you can just say things from a got good working ears. You don't have to get that close, but I'm glad we both think that this guy's like a kind of a tool.
Yeah. All right, good talk.
Why are we whispering?
I kind of figured that Mal was like talking at normal volume, like back at Ember who was whispering. You're a little close there, Hunter.
Hunter. Also, actually, now that there's a gap, I'll fix you up right proper next time, I swear. You typed it. I always have to do the Welsh cat girl voice.
Thank you.
Yuri kind of just like stood there and like watched all of this, and looks on in exhaustion.
Oh yeah.
And just kind of gives up and just goes back to her work. You see Wire in the background working on a device of unknown use and origin, and he turns and like looks upon you and just kind of does like a little wave and then goes back to his work.
Whoa, sick device. Tell me all about it.
He looks up at you as you've like begun to approach, and he looks like really scared, and then like grabs everything off the desk and goes hides.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
And Yuri comes over and back with like a fucking wrench in hand, swinging at you to tell you to fucking leave. Get out of my goddamn bay.
All right, later.
Ember's doing a great job of making friends.
See ya, twerp.
I'm doing so bad.
I had hoped you'd deploy with a more professional unit, but I guess I'll do the best with what I have.
I also needed to be clear, in case any of the crunching of my crunchy bar is audible.
It is.
Mal is also crunching a crunchy bar. Like,
Okay,
not an
yeah.
actual crunchy bar, but she's like eating food while this is all happening.
I'll just like swipe something from the like from like the stockholds at some point, right? And just
It's like
just
absolutely
stacking this whole time.
stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like Mal has like pockets full of like ration bars, like stashed all over her person.
Exactly.
So
She's got fucking ration bars just hidden in her bra.
Yeah,
Who
honestly.
doesn't?
Somebody as you walk by, one of the staff kind of looks at you weirdly and notices your oddly blocky chest. And like you just see a distinct look of confusion as they go on with their day.
Now it's got a pocket full of crunch bars.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but by the same token, it's weird to ask about our horns and scales. It's weird to ask about our oddly blocky chest.
Like they're not going to be rude. But so this is the ship. Y'all want to like walk around a bit more, try to talk to anybody, or would you like to just head off to your quarters and get on your way?
I like to imagine Kane would be like trying to like ask the other pilots about like, yeah, hey, can you give me like a rough idea of like what your capacities are as a pilot, what your Astir can do, so I can like formulate a battle plan for us. And I imagine nobody is taking him seriously.
No, X would.
Okay.
Well, let's play that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me actually pull my shit up. Okay, but you have to ask questions.
Okay. So yeah, I guess like in this moment before everybody scatters, I think Kane's like, oh, well, I suppose could you all tell me what you're capable of as pilots and what you're geared out with? I want to be able to figure out how to best use our battle strength.
My Astir is equipped with a force blade and a revolver, and I can summon familiars with claws.
Good to know. And the rest of you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just point me at the bad guys. I'll take care of them.
Well, you see, I have this interesting strategy where I have a giant Astir, and then I kill people with it, and
That's a good strategy.
and hopefully you stay out of my way so that I can do what I do. And I gotta say, I'm not too keen. Number one thing you have to know about combat strategy is I don't really care about your team combat. Whatever. Just let me do what I do best. You don't need to know anything about me.
Well,
I have a sword.
Fuck
Looks
yeah,
cool.
you do. I do too.
It's probably cooler than yours. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, you're kind of cool. You got a sword.
Yeah.
Just as long as my sword's probably bigger than yours, though.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh well,
Hey.
compensating for something.
Well, if you ever decide to
Yeah,
stop
I'm
being
compensating
so-
for my tiny dick. What do you want?
This is not in character, but I want it on the record that X was the first one to say that he had a sword.
Yeah, it's just ignored.
Literally, the very first person to answer any questions, and literally was just like, "Yeah, I have a force blade."
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: is you're boring about your sword. Not actually. This is in character, but I just remembered that you didn't say that in character. Your character is really cool. I'm sorry, babe.
Thank you, sweetie.
Well,
You're
if you
welcome.
retire, well,
Okay,
if you ever tire
okay.
of flailing around aimlessly on the battlefield, then you can come to me for tips. But
Do any of us not have a sword?
I don't have a sword.
Get better.
Fix that.
X snorts.
Like Kate just looks like more hurt than he intends to. Fire.
So would you y'all like this y'all concludes y'all's conversation? Do you like want to head off to your quarters and get some rest?
X like as he's walking away, X takes an apple and tosses it into the air, and then it disappears.
From where?
Like, where did he have an apple?
Yeah.
Just like in one of his pockets.
Oh, okay. I'm like, did you just manifest this?
No.
Where did this
The apple was a
come
normal
from?
apple, but then it disappears in front of everyone.
Oh, okay. That's
Mhm.
fine.
Oh my god, Death Note.
Was that in character?
No.
No, well, it was in character, but it's because it's what you call your notebook on account of your last name. Wait, which
What?
one of you said that? I'm sorry.
It was Kane.
It was Kane. Shit! I've got voice blindness. P's and dies, I guess.
But after that, X goes off to their quarters.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we should all split up and get some rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. As you all go to your quarters, you can start to feel the ship take off, and start heading towards your destination. You hear over the intercom Seraph call up. All right, y'all. It's gonna be about an 8-hour flight. I'll wake you up if we're about to die. Otherwise, just try to get some Z's.
If we're
See you in
about
the
to
morning.
die, don't bother. I shout to nothing.
I want to say each room probably has like a some sort of communication device built into it,
Yeah,
so that way
okay.
you can keep in touch with the crew at large. And so she does hear this, and she goes, "Okie dokie then."
I'm pretty sure everyone heard that because this
Yeah,
does
it's
not
like
seem like
No,
I
it is
feel like this
literally a
has thin
GC.
walls.
No, this is like a GC, right? Like there is no like it is all like one big net. Everything goes to everything.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
yeah.
love that.
So, anyways, you feel the ship take off, and you kind of feel the walls rattle. You feel like it be very shaky, a little unstable. It might even be a little disconcerting if that's the kind of thing that would bother you.
There's like a weird like sinking like bendy spot in the middle of my floor, so I try to walk around it.
Yeah, that's yeah, something like you can like you certainly get the vibe that this thing is hastily built and entirely experimental. Um, but nonetheless, there's a cot and there's like a sink and there's the basic necessities of living. So I imagine you'll stow your stuff and just try to get some rest.
Uh,
Do you
just
actually want to do anything in the middle of the night or not sleep?
I'm just curious. So do we each get our own? Like, does everyone on the ship get their own quarters?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're not very big, but yes.
Holy shit! That's
That's like
that's better than Mal's ever had.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's probably the size of like a bit bigger than a wide hallway and pretty short. Basically just enough space to like fit a cot, like a shelf, and maybe like a sink and like a toilet, and like that's it. Very much like the bare necessities. But it is a personal space. I actually like to imagine that they're probably all within like the same block. So like I imagine the ship is built in a very like modular way almost, where like each section is like very distinct from one another and kind of like looks like it was slotted into place almost. And I feel like the living quarters, especially in the case of the pilots, it was basically just like a big block with 4 doors on it, 2 above, 2 below.
All right.
So you all are neighbors.
woo.
And there's like a little ladder leading up to like a small like cliff hang, like a small like walkway to the second floor. But it's very like a compact space for sure, in order to like let people walk around. They have to be very efficient with space on the ship. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, so if you just want to get some rest, then we'll go ahead and go on to the next day, and I'll wake you up whenever we get to the Wire Riders. Do you have anything you want to input?
I think Kane's just gonna go to sleep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody just get some Z's. All right, that sounds good. Um,
We're all very
you
eager.
um, you're awoken to a loud rattling and banging. Like
Oh.
it feels like the ship is falling apart. Do any of you like react to this? Do you like want to get on the intercom?
I think I think Kane probably like yeah like requesting update on current status. What's going on?
Oh, we're landing. We're here. It's the very
Cool.
natural alarm clock
Thanks.
of the ship.
um. All right.
Anyways, I'll go ahead and get off with y'all. Lead you to the Wire Rider space. Come on, y'all. It's a field trip. It's a field trip. Y'all like get off and follow along.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Not gonna be difficult.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourselves in like a very like cold area. It's like a little bit snowy. You're making your way up a little bit, like you're kind of at like near the base of like a large mountain range. And like on this mountain, you see like cables from peak to the base all over the place. And more importantly than that, you see people riding these cables. Um using like these weird zip line devices, but they can go in both directions. And as you approach like the base of the mountain, like the forest around the area starts to clear a little bit, and you come across a very warm looking village with like log houses and like a bustling sort of like community of people kind of getting around, working, getting stuff done, talking to each other, sharing notes, keep basically just a lot of people keeping apprised of the current conflict in the area. It is very much a working base for keeping an eye on the state of affairs in the bog marches,
Hmm.
right? And you make your way through this village, and you start to make your way to the end of it. At the end, you come across a extremely tall man. Uh, Dude is like 6'7". Got like a real lion's mane hairstyle. Is like dressed in like sturdy warm wear, like processed leather lined with like thick animal fur, like head to toe, and like has a large tool belt hanging from the sides and boots that are probably bigger than your head, with like with clawed toes. And Seraph walks y'all over to him and like smacks him on the back and say, "What's up, Ads?" And this dude turns around, looks over all of you, and breaks out into a huge grin. Welcome. Ah, God, I've been so excited to meet y'all. Um, my name's Adza. I'm in charge of this region.
Hi, Edsa.
Um, Hi. Uh, what's your name?
Ember.
Nice to meet you.
Uh-huh.
You can call me X.
Arcanist Myriad.
Cool.
You can
Um,
call her X.
Apparently, I can.
So I've heard.
We can all call him X.
Really needs everyone to know it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm specifically bullying X.
Because it's funny, and I think you should.
Yeah,
This fucking asshole keeps telling people his name.
Our characters are like complete foils, so
Yeah, I guess it makes it like she just sniffed like this guy's a bullyable wife guy.
I don't even know if he's bullyable because you like don't get any reaction out of him. You're just doing this for you.
Yeah, I think Mel really wants a reaction, and has failed
Right.
to get it, and has thus amped up the effort, which is this is X apparently. Well,
Right.
never would have. None of us knew that.
Like it'd be the
Fucking-
easiest thing in the world to get a reaction from Kane, so there's no support in it.
Mhm. Yeah, no. Adzi looks on with like a little bit of a laugh and like just general delight, just seeing y'all, seeing the new faces around, and kind of quickly gestures to you to like follow him as he like leads you into like a little bit further back in the village, and you come across a like large, slightly solitary log cabin. He opens the door and like leads you inside, and you come across a very, very comfortable environment.
Wow, this
Um,
environment, it's so comfortable.
Yeah. First, you're greeted with the smell of a stew simmering on a stove, and then, upon following in through the doorway, you're greeted with a sudden rush of warmth, a quick and appreciated relief from the cold night's air. You see the warm glow of a fireplace lighting up the spacious living room, and the room itself is covered in cozy chairs and a long cushioned bench with various quilts and pillows. As he looks over to y'all and goes, "Make yourselves at home. I'll go ahead and gather everything up and get us ready to brief you on what the situation is. If you need anything, feel free to ask my wife." And you look over into the large kitchen area where somebody is working the stove with a large stew on it, and you see very pleasant looking, like like very pleasant looking woman with a hair up in a tight bun and a small apron, but otherwise in very similar attire to Adsa, where it's
Mm.
mostly just like lined furs and like a comfortable like processed leather, though probably more in a casual format. This is more for like homeware, but still to stay warm.
Yeah.
And she smiles at y'all and like resumes keeping an eye on the food that's on the stove. Do y'all want to just?
Sorry, Dusty in chat said X is sobbing right now at X
Yeah.
seeing someone with a happy marriage.
Yeah.
That is not the case, but incredibly funny imagery.
Yeah, no, like very much just like a very warm environment that's like pleasant and happy, you know? Do you want to make yourselves comfortable? Like how would you do that?
I think Kane goes and like sits at like one end of the big bench and like just sort of like tries to not be looking at anything directly,
Okay.
and is just sort of standing like stock still.
Are there any like fruits, not counting the player characters?
Heck yeah.
There's probably some fruits in the kitchen. I'm not sure if there's apples.
Mm.
But there's definitely some local fruits. Do you want to like go like talk to I forget, what did I name her?
Oh, you haven't given us a name yet.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to remember.
Hmm.
I want to say like my first instinct when I was naming this was Maria, but
Yeah, let's not do that. That'll get
yeah,
confusing.
that could get confusing.
Unless she dies this session.
Not planning on it. That would be really sad. Let's say it's
I pull out my sidearm and
100% wife casualty rate campaign.
Oh.
oh no.
Let me think. Let me see. How about Marie? Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. As long as that's okay with everybody.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want to go like talk to Marie and ask if there's any fruit available?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's,
As you walk up to her, she hands you a carrot
Hmm.
and gestures to a cutting board with a knife stuck in it.
well, X starts cutting the carrot for her. Do you want
She
this
looks over
diced or
and smiles
sliced?
gratefully as she continues she continues keeping an eye on the cooking food.
Would you like this diced or sliced?
A slice would be perfect, dear. Thank you.
He slices the carrot.
Okay.
And anything else that she needs him to slice.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you're looking for anything else, there's our ice box in the back, and obviously make yourselves at home.
Mind if I help myself to any of this fruit?
Oh, absolutely. Feel free.
After
We
he
love having guests.
after he finishes chopping everything she needed, he grabs 2 fruit and walks
Mhm.
back into the room
Okay.
and starts eating one and then tosses the other into the air and it disappears.
Okay. Ember, Mal.
So what's the furniture situation here again?
I would say like there's a big long, so it's like a collection of like I want to say like 4 relatively cozy single seat chairs and
Mhm.
like a long bench kind of arranged in like a semicircle around the fireplace with like a big like flat table in the center, kind of like a slightly taller coffee table.
Okay.
As far as the how the house is laid out, it is basically split into like the main area has like the kitchen where Marie is working the stove and like has the various like early cabinets, a very like a little bit of a cluttered space, but in a way that's like familiar.
Okay.
There's probably like dishes in the sink and whatnot.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sit right next to Kane.
uh-huh.
Dyke spread, of course.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of like arm uncomfortably around him. Like I'm doing this on purpose to try and make this a little bit uncomfortable for him.
Yeah, your arm is so heavy too.
Yeah.
X went and sat on the other side from like as far from Kane as possible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, so you don't talk much, Kane.
I talk as much as is needed.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kane has actually said more than anyone else.
That's but not like personably.
Oh, yeah.
You don't talk good, huh?
Damn boy, you like autistic or what?
Twirling hair and finger. Wow,
Yeah,
you're like so bad at talking.
You're such an ineffectual communicator. And then like you start like chewing on your hair.
Yeah.
Right.
No, exactly.
I'm imagining this dead silence is in character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as soon as fucking like Ember sits down, Kane is just like looking away, trying to like.
Not exist in this space anymore. Entering
I
another
mean, like,
realm.
Ember's tits are just like a little bit out, and Kane does not have an interface with that.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, no, I would say in this position, like Ember's tits are in full view. Like almost intentionally so.
Hmm.
All right. So Ember's harassing Kane. Mel, what are you up to?
I want to harass X. Can I
Okay.
harass X?
This is a fucking gay campaign.
Obviously, like I am asking how y'all are making yourselves
Wait,
comfortable,
wait.
and if you get comfortable by being mean to people, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. I'm visualizing the furniture here because
Mhm.
X is sitting as far away from Kane as possible. Is that
Mhm.
on the same seat though?
It's on the
Yeah,
same
like
bench.
the
It's
bench
on the
around
same.
the
Oh,
table.
okay. Cool,
Yeah,
cool,
and I
cool,
want to say
cool.
this is like a 4-seater bench. It's quite long, mostly to accommodate Adzi, so we can actually lay down on it.
So like, there's enough space for me to go uncomfortably horizontal.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you would probably have to like stick your head in like X's lap or something. But yes,
Yeah, perfect.
and then you would probably be like kicking Ember a little bit.
Yeah.
Fucking ideal.
Okay, sure. That's what you do then.
Wait, I'm not sure who it's gonna make. I'm not sure if it's more uncomfortable to put my head in X's lap or to put my head in Kane's lap, because then that gets the double thing.
Well,
How are
getting
you
in
technically,
Kane's
like,
lap would mean your whole like shoulder blades are in Ember's lap.
yeah.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wait. Oh, Ember's between them. I
Yeah.
thought X
Yeah.
was the closest. So that would mean I would have to sprawl it across Ember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to talk
Like
to
you would be
X
really
somehow.
uncomfortable. Like your spine would be bent at a really fucked angle.
Yeah, okay. So my feet are on Ember.
Mhm.
Okay.
My head is on like it's not on X, but it's beside X. Like
Are your horns
scrunched
poking?
around.
Are your horns poking into X?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it said I'm probably gonna bring up the apple thing, considering it's been completely obvious that you are making apples stop being corporeal. And so but the way that she words this is she looks at you and she looks at X and goes, "So fruit, huh?"
Are you talking about our team?
I like look over.
I almost choked on my fucking cracker.
Not you yet. I okay, hang on. I know how to word this. I gotta get a bitch mindset.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
bitch. It's very hard for me because I'm so nice to
You're a
everybody.
bitch.
Imagine talking to me.
Yeah,
What?
just pretend that I'm Ruby for a minute.
So so what, you go to fucking like Magician Academy or some shit?
No.
Kane, do you chime in on this?
No, I have my own conversation to personally going right now.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't.
Didn't
No,
go to
I just.
Magician Academy.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I know you didn't go to Magician Academy. That's me. Find out when you're. Ah, you're really difficult, huh?
In what way?
Like, I'm clearly trying to harass you and get under your skin, and you just sort of sit there and take it all. Like, do you really have no backbone at all?
It just doesn't really benefit me to argue with you.
Well, it's not all about what benefits me. It doesn't exactly benefit me when I'm like trying to piss you off, but it's not like I have anything better to do.
I think it does benefit you because I think you're doing it for fun.
Eh. And so is your little magic trick for fun too?
Magic trick?
Yeah, you're not exactly doing a good job of hiding the fact that you just throw fruit in the air and then make it disappear.
Oh, that. I apologize. It's been so long that I've had my fox spirit with me that I've forgotten that other people can't see it.
Oh, so it's like a furry thing. No.
Yeah, there's a little furry guy that eats the fruit that I throw into the air.
You like catch my attention, and I scoot over, like getting under Mel's knees.
God. Kane needs a fucking sigh of relief.
Talking about like
I'm-
furry shit.
What?
Yes, I'm talking about my spirit, my fox spirit.
Oh, is that what the apple thing is?
Yes.
Yeah, we were
yes.
just talking about the apple thing.
I was wondering what that was about.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a weirdo, huh?
Yeah,
My
is it-
spirit needs to eat.
yeah, but like, why do you throw it?
Like, you could just like feed it normally. Like, what if it like?
Foxes are like small dogs. They enjoy the enrichment of playing catch.
I don't think. I mean,
I don't know enough
more like
about
cats to
foxes
me.
to.
I think. Yeah.
Cats enjoy enrichment too. All animals appreciate enrichment.
So what's the fox spirit doing right now?
Sitting by the fire comfortably, curled up in a little ball, loafing.
Ah, puppy.
So, is it like good for anything?
Yes, it grants me all of my powers.
Hmm.
So you get your powers from a little, from a dog. You caught your powers from a dog. Like, there's
You got a yawn from a dog?
you're telling. Wait.
Whoa, wait. Is that why your Astir looks like that? I thought you were just a weirdo.
Oh, yes, my Astir
Wait,
looks
wait,
like a
wait, wait,
fox
wait.
because I
What does
summon
this
fox
Astir look like?
familiars.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh my god.
Are you asking like yourself, or did Mal not look at it when it
No,
was
this
in
is
the?
Mal. Mal did not look at it.
Oh
Actually,
my
Mal
God.
looked at it, but is pretending not to.
Oh my god, it has
That's-
ears.
It has ears.
No fucking
Like-
way.
Imagine a fox's face
And
on
like
a human body,
like a little
Like a
snout.
fox's face on a human body?
except it's a robot.
Imagine a human body with fucking animal bits. Look at this dweeb.
Mal.
This is the first time that X looks directly at Mal, and he makes eye contact with her, and says nothing in response to that.
Hey, does Mal have a tail?
Now, shush, this isn't about the tail. I can tell. I got on his nerves. Looked at me. About fucking time, and just she stands up and is like,
Standing on the bench now between
"I'm
Ember
standing
and
on the
Kane.
bench now."
He doesn't look annoyed, he just looks confused.
I know, but that's enough. That's enough to satisfy me. But yeah, she's just sort of looking smugly with herself.
Okay.
X looks over at Kane just to see how he's doing.
like, been trying to avoid like staring out real clear at the end of the bench, but like, what the fuck's going on here? Just like occasionally glancing over and then just like looking at the fire or like looking off to the corner of the room and just
But like he
You know.
heard everything they were talking about,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
yeah.
He understands that X has a fox spirit.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what Mal does now that it's standing up is it climbs over Ember's shoulder and onto the other side of Kane on the fucking shoulder of the thing, and then looks at Kane and goes, "So you're like really bad at talking, huh?"
I am perfectly capable of speaking.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I'm sorry. Is there something I should be doing?
Not really. We're just trying to get to know you.
Well, I mean, I don't really have to get to know anyone, like I've said, but
Aw.
it's not like that. Yeah, boo fucking who?
Well, I could be sad about it. Fuck you.
Well, fuck you. Tits McGee.
Are you done picking on me now?
Well, right now
I
I'm
think they're
picking
picking on
Ember.
each other now.
I think after a little bit of this, you Marie like exit the kitchen and quietly on the large table in front of you places a bowl of stew and a hearty chunk of dry bread for each of you, and then goes back to the kitchen without saying anything.
I like to imagine that she walked in right as Mal was shouting "Tits McGee."
Oh, absolutely. No, 100%. Like, just like kind of set the food down to like give y'all something to do other than like pester each other.
X very, very gratefully picks up her bowl and dunks some bread in it and eats it.
Yeah.
She's fucking hungry.
Mal picks up a bread and dips it in your bowl and then eats the bread.
X doesn't react.
I'm still imagining like Mal is perched on like the back of this couch, like an ape.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yes. Mal is not sat properly.
Wait, so
This
Mal is back in between Ember and X again?
No. Mal.
No, like on like the back of the couch above everybody.
Yeah, Mal is on the back of the couch, like perched with the fucking like dragon feet to get the stability, like a fucking bird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if all of you weren't sitting down, the couch would immediately flip backwards.
Yeah, literally.
I give X a knowing look and stand up.
X doesn't react.
Fuck.
The couch wobbles a little bit, but nothing happens.
Are you going somewhere?
My leg was sore. I sit back down.
You hear from the kitchen a very gentle, "Eat up before it gets cold."
Fucking eat my fucking stew.
Kane is like assumed a defensive position around his stew, just because like having seen Val fucking dip for bread and
Mal grabs the fucking bread with their tail and tries to dip it in your bowl. Like tries to sneak it through your defenses.
God.
And with perfect timing, grabs Mal's bowl of stew and intercepts it.
I fucking finish my bowl and pour half of Mal's in.
All right.
You're the only person she didn't dip her soup into.
I'm aware.
No, I know. I just think it's funny.
This group's gonna do great in combat together.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying that y'all are like fleshing out the group dynamic well. That's kind of what I wanted this to be for, is y'all getting to like know each other before y'all actually had to do anything, so you can like establish a dynamic. And y'all are doing really well. I'm really happy.
X finishes their bowl and puts it down and eats the
Okay.
last of their bread.
All right, so
It's a dynamic of Mal is a bitch and Ember is a slut. And...
Ember's a slut who's sad that Mal doesn't like her.
yeah, and Kane is extremely anxious, and X just doesn't care.
Yeah, who are the edgelords that can be bullied?
This
And
doesn't compare to anything she went through in high school.
Writing that down in the lore book. Actually, I really should write that down. I'm gonna go like scroll up to your character real fast.
God.
Let's see.
who the hell
In
has to take notes for high school sucked? I think that is a...
I mean, did you go to high school? Mal didn't.
Mal didn't, but I think. Well, yeah, no, Mal didn't. Mal didn't have any. Mal can't read. I don't think.
That's fine.
Teaches her how to read.
Well,
That can be a downtime scene if you want.
that'd actually be cute, but I don't think she would allow anyone to do that.
Yeah, not yet at least.
But
yeah, no, that's something we can explore later, though.
Yeah, shelve that, because I mean, actually, fuck, that's actually really cute given the from the same city backgrounds, but like the foil. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fuck, that's
Alright.
good. Write that down.
We're so gay.
Well, good thing about downtime scenes, those are entirely up for y'all to decide. So
Mhm.
I have no control over it. I just have to react.
Mm-hmm.
And we each get our own
Um,
downtime scenes.
Yes, you do, and 2 tokens to spend in it. I believe, and I get 1 token for each of you in order to
Actually, I
like
think
affect things and refocus the scene. But
I
that's
think
a
I even get
mechanical
2.
explanation. What?
I said I think I even get 2.
Yeah, no, you get 2 tokens per scene, or do
No,
you
I mean,
get an
as
additional downtime?
Paradigm, I think I get one where I can act as a therapist
Oh, right, that is a
to someone
mechanic.
on crew.
Yeah, that's fine then. Just fucking like just sitting down with Stitch and talking about his alcoholism.
Yeah, literally.
All right, so as y'all have settled in a bit, I imagine y'all have had your stew, you've quieted down, and like Adzi returns to the living room with a large map, like a large map rolled under his arm, and in his hands, an extremely small child, probably like 2 or 3 years old, and like he gently nudges her awake, and she looks up, she sees all of you, and just like lets out a big grin and like waves and goes, "Hi."
X waves back at her and smiles.
Yeah.
And like also waves, but like doesn't smile.
Uh-huh.
Ember smiles but does not wave.
Uh,
Uh,
Mel makes a funny face.
Mal makes. Hey, get out of my fucking head. Get out of my fucking head. Well, because I think Mal would be uncharacteristically nice with kids.
No, X2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing they have in common.
Yeah, one thing they have in common is that they're both good with kids.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Mal just like a whole like covers her face.
Mhm.
Bleh.
You can see the little girl like giggle at that.
Mm-hmm.
And Nancy smiles at all of this, and and all right, and he goes like, "All right, honey, it's time to go back to sleep." And like, and she waves goodbye to all of you as she like starts to she starts to drift off to sleep already, in her father's hands. And he disappears into the back once more, and shortly comes back later and goes. She gets really mad at me when we have company. She doesn't get to say hello. So
You're also fucking moe.
what?
Dash said you're also fucking Mo, and I said
Oh, okay,
you're
yeah.
Mo whore.
Hmm. Anyways, I hope you all have made yourself comfortable. I suppose it's time I did my job, eh?
Mm-hmm.
He walks over to the nearby. Yeah, he kind of he settles down in one of the chairs nearby the long bench and rolls out the map in front of you. Um, so over the past several days, we've been gathering info and keeping an eye on the state of things over in the far reaches of the Cradle, and we've discovered in this area there are very few standing forces currently. In fact, the villages around here are largely left alone outside a monthly tax collector that comes to collect resources and fresh bodies down to the front. What's more is that the people here are effectively, to a certain extent, have just kind of given up. Most of these towns are quiet now, fading existence out of habits and completely like and lacking hope for the future. And that is what I called you in to help fix. As these villages have been the least scathed by the Blades pillaging, there's still people there. There's still people who can fight back, but they just need a reason to do so. They need a push in the right direction, I suppose. And
Understandable.
that's hopefully what you will provide. Um, as far as any support in the field, feel free to call upon me or my crew if you need anything. We'll make sure to get messages relayed to HQ. But otherwise, it'll be mostly just you and your ship in the field. Um, that's about all I have to say. We don't actually have that much information on the terrain. That's something you're going to have to find out in the area. But I am going to direct you at least towards the closest city, Bogwillow. I believe that would be a good place for your first stop. Any questions?
So we're just supposed to rally support, or like what?
To the best of your abilities, yeah. No, ideally speaking, we're trying to raise a uprising here in this area as
Mhm.
to further split the forces and actually provide an opportunity for us to pierce through the past and actually make progress against the blade. But I don't know. 15 years of occupation can do a lot to people.
I
And
fear this is a poor application of my skills. I've been told I'm bad at talking.
well, there's a lot of ways you can give people a little bit of hope. I trust y'all to figure something out, and well,
N-
if you
not
don't,
to,
well, oh, go ahead.
not to make any judgments about any of the people assigning us to this particular mission. Because I have full confidence in our capabilities. Saying this sarcastically, but
Mhm.
only slightly. But like, if you're trying to inspire people to rise up, as you are saying, is this really the best? Was it really a good idea to send the prototype, supposedly can fall apart at any moment ship to do like with people who with a crew who for all intents and purposes is good for mostly fighting things um
Well,
in a ship that could explode and crash at any moment,
well, to be
like
abundantly clear, we didn't really have the time or resources to commit to this effort. It's not that you were the best option; it's more of that you were the only option.
Yeah, we'll just show up.
So
We'll just show up, show off our abilities, and people will naturally just want to join the winning side.
that's one way to do it, I suppose. But if I'm going to be completely honest, this is more of like an attempt at something. Whether things get accomplished or not is entirely up to you. But at the very end, even if y'all fail, at least we get field data on the ship and well, information for the future. So, but I do wish you the best. Genuinely, I don't want this to be a difficult mission for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to have somebody who I've welcomed to my home never be able to step into it again. If you can understand that. But I'll let you get some. It's been a long trip to get here. I imagine you'll probably need to get some rest. So
We slept the whole time on our way
Yeah,
here.
we like just woke
We
up
like just
actually.
woke up.
that's
This
true.
is breakfast for us.
Okay, that's probably true, right? Sorry. Um, well, in that case, if it's like still morning, then I would say that you can like I think I'd say goes just like, well, that's about all I have for you then. Um, Whenever you feel up to it, feel free to make your way over to Bog Willow and well, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Good luck.
And just
You
like
want to head back to the
nods.
ship? Yeah, do you want to head back to the ship now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for
Alrighty.
breakfast.
It was
Anytime.
delicious.
I'll treat you again when you get back, okay?
Promise.
You
Promise.
promise?
All right.
damn, war is
So,
awesome. I got stew.
or you head back to the ship, and as you all prepare to like fly off and use the information given to you, I'm gonna have y'all roll to lead a sortie.
Ah,
Cool.
The first roll of
Wow.
the session, an hour and a
oh my
half in.
God. That's fine. That's normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yippee!
So how do these work?
That's a great question. I'm actually pulling up the reference sheet now.
Wow.
It's like one person that rolls, right?
Yeah, so when it's time for action and you lead a story, decide who planned the mission and roll. So do one of y'all want to plan the mission, or do you want to just leave it up to Seraph?
Yeah, I guess technically the mission was planned for us, but
You were mostly given the set rep. How your approach is
Mhm.
entirely up to you.
Yeah, right. Like, what are we actually doing? Is something that we
Yeah, like
kind
what
of
are
need
you
to
trying to
decide.
like? How do you want to try and accomplish this? And like where do you want to land? Like a lot of the details are being left up to you. You're just given like the basic
Mhm.
state of things and like a geographical location to head to. So
Yeah.
and a goal.
Yeah.
So, and the way lead authority works is if you're leading with wits or a clever plan, depending on
Clever pan.
if one of y'all does it, it's either through plus no or plus defy. If you're leading with wits or following a clever plan, it's plus no. And if it's you're heading out into danger blind, it's plus defy. But if it was somebody else aboard, it's plus crew. And because you don't have a captain, you have a base crew of stat of 1 plus 1. So
Okay. So the goal is to rally support to help
mhm.
do like a pincer maneuver.
Yes, and to like generate ideally over time. This isn't an immediate a for just this sortie. It's mostly to just quote unquote liberate the town of Bogwillow and
Okay,
motivate
we're
Okay, okay.
to a certain extent. Yeah, you're basically
there are,
liberating the
like-
town of Bogwillow and trying to encourage them to take up arms against the Blades at Large once again.
Okay,
I
so
was
there are, like-
imagining us just like landing there and then just like walking around talking to people and being like, hey, you want to start an insurrection? So knowing that we're like liberating the town is okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
makes a lot
No,
more
like
sense.
there is still force. I want to say that there are definitely still forces in the area.
Okay.
But like how you deal with those forces, or even if you do deal with them, is entirely up to you and depends on the circumstances, right? I think ideally I would like you to try to get your boots on the ground and like talk to people, figure out what's going on actually,
Mhm.
how people feel about things. But how you approach to deal with their feelings is entirely up to you.
Hmm.
At least that is my perspective as director. Okay, that is like as far as how things, the things I've planned for at least.
Yeah.
Obviously, y'all are free to do what you want to do, though.
Yeah, so Kane has no knowledge of how to approach this other than like, I mean, I guess, he's gonna pilot his Astir and he's gonna like fucking get rid of the enemies here, but that's not really like I don't know if going in guns blazing is the tack to take here.
Mhm.
Kane, do you want to plan the sortie?
I don't know. I mean, like what?
Uh,
The way it's set up is this is this is a roll for the group, so it's only rolled once,
Yeah.
yeah, one
and
person rolls it
one
based
of
on their own
y'all
stat.
has and one of y'all has the obligation of being the person who either flies y'all in blind or like actually tries to sit down, take in the information, and formulate a plan.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if I have like some knowledge of like where the enemies are and like where the just I don't know, like if I have some amount of information, I can probably try and like pull something together, right? And like
You
It
do.
doesn't sound like we. Oh, okay.
I was being a little vague in the conversation, but like a lot of the
Mm.
geography that's been documented, while they don't have specifics, they do have like a general idea of where enemy forces might be. I think you have a very like generalized understanding of the topography and positioning of like various peoples, but like and only in a vague sense. You don't have anything specific. So
Okay.
like here, I can actually probably draw on the map real fast. So I would say like here's the village, right? And that's where you're heading. And then I would say there's probably like an outpost around here, and then there is a the capital city is around here. So like and maybe they've seen patrols like wandering this area.
Okay.
So but as
Yeah.
far as like numbers and details, this is not something you have.
Yeah, I say we take out a patrol and then just like bring a trophy to town and say, "Hey, anybody who can fight, join the winning side." Let's
I've got to say, I like that general. I'm gonna agree with that. I don't think anyone's gonna listen unless they're seeing results. And
Yeah,
also,
Definitely.
yeah, I mean, even if we can't get any of them rising up,
mhm.
it would
There'd still be less enemies in the area.
still fewer enemies in the area, and we still gathered the data that they
Mhm.
so desperately need,
Right.
apparently.
Do it-
And we get to kill some authority nerds.
Yeah, we get to take out some Simit's blade, and if we can, it would be a good idea to try and figure out if they are planning to like haul anything anywhere, or if they have any like supply depots. Like we could definitely capture some stuff to hand out. That would help.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
so
At the very least,
So-
even if we don't find a supply depot, if we got one of them alive, we've always got, we have our ways to get information about where convoys are going to be going.
So, from the sound of things, it sounds like y'all kind of want to land in a relatively hidden area.
Mhm.
So probably like here in the woods if you can,
Yeah.
and within like range of all of your objectives. So you can like, decide what's best at the moment
I mean,
to approach.
if we're gonna try to take out a patrol, right?
Mhm.
Like I think my plan would be to like I want to be positioned somewhere like along the patrol route. I want to be like cloaked and be using my max like life sense to like determine like the approach of enemies before they can see me to like be ready to coordinate us to ambush them.
Right, your life
Uh
sense is so good for this.
yeah, the big problem with that is that your ship is fucking huge and loud.
Yeah.
Right. So
So
we
you
have to
kind of
like we
have
would
to
have to land some distance
it
away.
out
We'd
of
have and like
yeah.
be like positioned like we like when we like engage them, we're gonna have to be like pretty far from the ship, right?
Yes. Generally speaking, you're going to be far from the ship. It's not going to be able to easily provide you support unless you were to actively kind of like contact Seraph and be like, "Hey, we need fire support."
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's only if Seraph is able to get the ship up and running in time.
Mm-hmm.
The carrier does have weapons though. It does have a tier
Yeah.
5 and a tier 3 weapon.
Yeah, but we are not like relying on that. That is like if shit
No,
goes real bad.
that like I said, the ship's still experimental. They probably don't want to put unnecessary strain on it. It's only in
Yeah.
case of emergencies right now.
Yeah. So with the plan I've outlined, do you want me to like lead already rolling? No.
Sure, if that's what you would like to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems like
Sounds
Kane
good.
did most of the planning here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
roll plus no. What's your no stat?
+2.
All right, roll 2d6 plus 2.
Yeah. Hope this goes well.
You fucked up.
Oh no, I fucked up.
All right. You fucked up real bad, actually. This is
Oh
going to be fun.
god.
Woohoo!
All right.
Oh
So
no.
after taking off, you start heading towards your planned landing location, right? However, mid-flight, the engine fails,
Yeah, it fucking
and
does.
landing far off from your destination. Let me go ahead. You actually land in the middle of the lake.
Oh no.
For an aquatic landing. Mind you, these are
Okay.
relatively shallow water, so it's not like you're sinking anything, but it's also very muddy.
Stinky.
The ship
Very
is
open.
basically now stuck in this very open location and like basically glued to the ground. And not to mention Jerry and Y are out busy putting out fires.
Mhm.
Sarah, as the ship was going down, Seraph was probably screaming over the comms to fucking hold on to something. And y'all have crashed dead in the middle of a bog. And shortly afterwards, to come investigate the noise, you see a group of scouts.
Ah shit.
Well, at least we failed in a way where no one's going to blame Kane for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
I think Mal would at some point sarcastically be like, people of Bogmarch, your liberators have arrived.
um, I think for this fail, since you rolled, I feel like you should probably go ahead and mark spotlight
Yeah.
or
No. Yeah.
mark for a failure there.
Mhm.
It's still really funny how bad that roll went. I didn't
That's
expect
fine.
it, to be honest.
Yeah, I was hoping it would go good.
All right. Let's see. So you are stuck in the middle of a bog march. The ship
Mhm.
is currently inaccessible. You probably can't roll out your steers immediately. If you do, it would take time or a roll in order to like get them out of the ship.
Mhm.
And there is an enemy patrol that has just spotted you and is immediately trying to leave to go report to HQ. What do you do? If you want to deal with this problem immediately, you'll have to do it on foot.
Hmm. Let me see my thing. Bum, 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 bum.
I will
Like
say that the ship is
what
stocked
is
with some
this?
all-terrain vehicles. So
What is the scale of the patrol? Like
I would say it's like 4 to 5 people. It's hard to tell.
Oh, they're just
They're
people.
yeah, they're just
okay.
Yeah,
people.
they're
There's
not in a
Okay.
they're on like rafts, basically like just little boats that like for individual riders that they can quickly move around on.
Okay.
They were patrolling the area and they're all armed with like standard issue equipment. So each of them has like a rifle and like a combat knife and like is wearing the standard military uniform.
Mm.
And upon seeing your ship crash land in the middle of the lake, they immediately take like probably like try to capture as much information as they can, considering they've never seen something like this before, and immediately try to go and report it. However, you do have time to react. So
Yeah, okay.
I will say this ship is probably stocked with capabilities to get y'all like out and moving on the lake if need be, considering they already knew your destination, so they made sure to stock some aquatic vehicles.
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
y'all
I
want
like.
to? But if you have to, if you want to fight them or stop them, you have to roll out in person. So
I
Yeah.
mean, I think that is the thing to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can just go shoot them. It's fine.
all right. In that case, you head down to the bay rapidly after leaving your rooms, and kind of, and Jerry just like fucking like quickly pushes you and gestures you over to where the personalized like boats are. I want to say they're kind of like jet skis, but like they probably hover off the water more than they actually float on it.
Cool.
Um, utilizing elemental magic. So,
Neat.
you each take one, and taking your weapons with you, immediately give chase to the patrol. Um, I think overall, because like you were able to react quickly enough, you're able to catch up with them pretty fast, and seeing that they can't get away as easily, turn to fight. Um,
Woo!
you are both on vehicles. Everybody here would be on a tier 2 because you are riding a vehicle. Uh, yeah, and go ahead. Well, no, I would say they're still tier 1s. They're still tier 1s, but yeah. Anyways, what do you want to do? Who wants to go first? You're in combat now.
Well, I think I know who should go first. Or I know 2 people who would go first.
Yeah, no. I'm out there immediately.
Yeah. Okay. What, like weapon drawn, firing already?
Yeah, right. Like I'm
Okay.
just I am just taking pot shots with my sidearm as close as I am able. I'm getting in there fast.
Okay, so you're gonna like try and rip in as close as possible and fire off a few shots from your sidearm
Yeah.
and like.
How many vehicles are there? Enemy vehicles? Is it just like the one boat, or is it like does
Oh
everyone have
no
their
no
own
no!
little like?
It is in the same situation as you. Everybody has their own individualized vehicle.
Okay.
Think of like
Kinda
almost kind of like the fucking like scout riders or whatever the scout bikes were in like Star Wars, if that makes any sense. That's
yeah,
kind of
like
like what I think of, like those hover
gay little
bikes.
jet skis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gay
yeah,
little
yeah.
jet skis. Um, but they aren't like equipped with anything. They're just kind of like all-terrain vehicles.
Yeah.
And so you get in as quickly as possible, like acting pretty recklessly, I would say, and try to take a few shots with your sidearm. So let me go ahead and look at a document really fast. I believe that qualifies as exchange blows.
Yeah, okay.
Can you tell me the tags in your firearm?
I sure can. The tags on my firearm are ranged and defensive.
Okay, defensive is actually a functional tag. Let me.
Provides
defense.
good defense or ease of use at cost of lethality, so advantage when you exchange blows, but disadvantage if you strike decisively.
Okay, that sounds good. Then go ahead and roll exchange blows without advantage because you are kind of going ham at them. I'm not saying you have. I would say you're putting yourself at some amount of risk to do this.
Okay. So no
So
advantage.
no advantage. You were acting recklessly in a manner. I think that inherently puts you in danger. So
Yeah. Okay. That's a 9.
Do
okay.
you lose advantage when you're in danger?
I'm just deciding narratively.
Oh, okay.
That's all. This isn't like I'm going to like gauge how difficult something is based off what you're trying to do, and then just kind of gauge that via
That's fine.
narrative.
I was just
So
making sure I wasn't missing something mechanically.
no. This is primarily a personal decision. So on a 7 or 9, both you and your target are forced to take a risk. So do you want to tell me how that goes? And I'll tell you how they respond.
Yeah. Okay. So I think hold on. Let me think about this for 1 second. Okay. So what exactly is a risk?
Risk is what is effectively damage in this game.
Okay.
So you have 3 bars in your player sheet that have risk and
Right.
peril under them. and that is how many dangers you can have before you are considered defenseless, and somebody can strike decisively against you to force you to bite the dust. So,
Hmm.
um, in the case, in your case right now, though, you are trying to inflict risk on an enemy, and in turn receiving a risk yourself due to a 7-9.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and risks are like what risk you take is very like narrative based on the action.
Okay.
And a risk could be like you fall off your bike, but a peril is more like you got stabbed in the heart.
Yeah. Yeah, the big differences between risks and perils is that risks you can clear through cool off. Like
Okay.
you can spend a move to like try to calm yourself down or deal with the current issue. Perils you cannot clear until downtime.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Like you need to like properly deal with that in a safe environment. So it is think of it as like a risk that you cannot because you can't immediately deal with it, you're inherently like in more danger. So
Okay.
um
Yeah, I think then for this like encounter that is going to be like mostly on the water, I think we're just like taking. I'm just taking pot shots, right? And I think. Hmm.
you want me to try describing what's going on in
Yeah.
your mind?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just take over the scene then. So you fire a few pot shots at this guy, right? And I think you probably like graze him with a few, knock him off balance. But in response, he's able to quickly and swiftly slam his bike into yours,
Okay. Good.
and basically like knock you, like basically put you off balance and make it like hard for you to like re-engage in combat afterwards. So go ahead and take the risk. Disrupted. Go ahead
Okay.
and mark that on your sheet for me. And this dude has taken a risk in that he too is off balance. So he is at one risk. And with how off balance he is, you notice that like it wouldn't take much more to deal with this guy's bike.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna like.
So
All
he is
right.
considered defenseless.
I mean, do you mind if I like move in to like try and
Yeah, no, this is a PBTA system, so like combat is basically you all just saying you want to do stuff.
yeah, so I think I'm like I see Ember heading out. I like move in to like finish this guy off, right?
Mhm.
I am going to like um hold on. Very stretching. Okay. Yeah, I'm so basically I am like I am like riding rapidly, like minimizing the chance of like of like you know uh, like minimizing the chance of missing, like closing the distance, but also like trying to like keep him between me and the rest of his like group. So I'm just like riding in, lining it up to just fucking shoot him.
Okay,
Uh,
so you're also trying to exchange blows.
no, I'm trying to strike decisively, right?
Oh yeah, you're trying to strike decisively and just kind of like seeing Ember having knock this the scout off kilter. You're going into finish
Yeah,
him off.
actually, I might try to just get like right up in like melee range as he's like kind of distracted and like you rather than
Like
using my
just like dump
sidearm.
him straight into the lake
Yeah, or like I'm
or
gonna like
kill
I'm gonna
him.
yeah, that was more what I was thinking.
Okay,
Um,
that's fine.
yeah,
Go ahead and roll plus clash for me.
yeah, I'm gonna roll plus clash. I'm gonna use my touch spells which I have.
Okay.
Uh,
Got the touch.
yeah. Let's see, clash. Jesus. Okay. Well, at least
Did
I
you?
got a +3 on that, but because I'm
Okay,
almost
so you
4.
so you got so you got a 7. Okay, that's fine. You
Yeah.
succeed. So
Uh-huh.
but you have to choose one. You overreach or underestimate, take a risk. You waste ammo or words, losing use of a weapon until you can rearm, or losing the weight of some bargaining chip or piece of leverage. Obviously, you're not talking here. You strike carelessly, causing collateral damage beyond your expectations.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
rolls aren't visible in on the stream.
oh shit.
Sorry.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm like getting it for like the touch spell. And I think I'm like but like I'm having a hard time like getting like the range and focus like while I am piloting this vehicle I'm not the most familiar with. So I probably like switch to the knife as I like close in. And I think I like fucking like slam it into him. And he just like falls off the bike into the bog with the knife still in him.
Mhm.
Um, I don't. I've lost my knife for the moment.
Okay, that sounds good. That's fine with me. So you've lost your main melee weapon. Um, so that is no longer an option you have. Uh, Sounds good. The other three scouts see this, and I believe one of them is going to try and make a break for it, while the other two run interference. What do you do? Who's next?
Hmm.
I want to go for the one that's trying to make a break for it.
Okay, what do you do?
Uh, can I try and pull out? Like, I want to go melee for it and just fucking ram it. Like, I want to try
That's
joust
going
him.
to be pretty difficult because
Okay.
you will have to push past the other dudes that are running interference.
Oh,
If you want to stop him, you're gonna have to be a little more creative. I think if you want to be able to prevent this dude from getting away.
I see. I see. Hmm.
I could help. I could help, and I could try and distract them. Like I
Yeah,
go
no,
after them
that
while
could work.
Mal goes around after the guy who's running.
Yeah, no, if you want to, if Mal is committed to like trying to run him down and get into melee range, you could help or hinder by running interference for Mal and like
Yeah, I'd like
suppressing
to
the
do
other
that.
two. Okay, so in that case, because if you tried to do this without any help, I would have just straight up given you disadvantage.
Mhm.
Um, so go ahead and oh, by the way, all these dudes are using mundane weaponry if that matters for any of you.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I know some of your weapons might be elemental, profane, or whatnot, but they're all mundane. Very base
Oh wait,
equipment. These aren't channelers.
I
Um,
I do actually. I have a melee. I have a melee divine weapon.
Divine's only good against profane, I believe. I think it's like elemental that's good against mundane. If
Hmm.
you have any elementals, then you can act in confidence with you using that weapon, but that's about it. So all right, can you go ahead and roll help or hinder for me based on
Yeah.
the stat you were planning to do this with, which I imagine is probably um like Clash or Defy.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah.
Ba- 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 ba.
Also, you get when you help or hinder someone to influence their attempts to do something, roll +1 if you spent meaningful time together before the sortie, +1 if they've helped or hindered you previously at the sortie, +1 if they're part of one of your hooks. Um, I'm gonna say in this case, actually, this doesn't seem you actually roll with a stat, which is actually that was unusual to me because that's typically how it is in PBTA.
Hmm.
But in this case, it is just a flat +1 because y'all did all spend time together before the sortie, so
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'll
y'all
just
had a nice
roll one of
bonding
my.
moment of being irritating at each other.
Yeah. All right. So
2c6 +1. Oh, excellent.
10.
All right, so
Woo.
it goes flawlessly. You were able to. Oh, do you want to describe how it actually goes?
Yeah. X, as Mal is trying to make a beeline straight for the guy who's running, X goes straight for the guys that would try to cut her off, and
Hmm.
is shooting at both of them. Not really trying to like hit them, but trying to distract them in a way where
Yeah,
like you don't want to get hit.
yeah. No, you are preventing them from running interference by running interference of your own.
Yes, I am running the
So
interference better than they are.
sounds good to me. That I think you effectively get their attention. They immediately turn to you as like they're the most immediate threat and to the value of their own lives. Immediately like take evasive maneuvers against your fired shots, leaving the path clear for Mal to go after the escaping one.
Nice.
Uh, Uh, Mal, I would say your equipment's probably a little nicer, so I think you're able to catch up fine.
Okay.
Um, and you want to get into melee range, and what do you want to do?
Uh, I want to try and knock them off the bike.
Okay, that that I wouldn't actually call it exchange blows because I don't. It's not with the intent to do damage; it's the intent with to disrupt. So for that
Mm.
one, I'm gonna say you probably want to weather the storm You're doing something under pressure. You're both moving at high speeds, and you're trying to like prevent this guy from running away, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, and this is going to be through plus defy. So,
Plus defy. Okay. Okay. Well, I've got a two for defy. So
Mhm.
that means okay. Dice. Give me the dice. Wait. Oh no, that's one.
It's okay.
Now you gotta roll another one.
Okay, I'll just roll another one manually because I pressed the wrong thing.
That's fine.
All right,
You got a 9.
I got a 9.
You succeed, but at some cost.
Mhm.
Does she get
Um,
a? Does she get advantage because I?
No, this prevented her from having disadvantage.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because
That makes. Oh,
otherwise she would have had
right.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she would have had to get through interference. So,
Yeah.
um, you succeed at some cost. It'll keep you occupied longer than you thought. The director will ask you to make a difficult choice, or you'll burn out a point of spotlight as you take dramatic action. Since you don't have any spotlight, I'm going to say that if you want to knock this dude off the bike, you're going to crash. You won't
That
get
is
harmed, but you are going to crash, and you are
that
going
is
to be
en-
knocked off your bike too.
that is entirely fine by me.
Probably what you were expecting.
That's probably what I was. Yeah, that's basically what I was expecting.
All right, you both eat shit.
Yeah.
Imagine at this point
Basically,
you probably like made it off the lake a little bit onto solid land, so you like just basically landed like this plane like on the beach of this like marshy area, a bit away from everybody else.
yeah.
You could probably see the fortification in the distance because you've broken out of the like the core area where the scout was patrolling. It was heading straight back to the fort, so you can see like the watchtower in the distance. Do we want to run back to the people still fighting on the lake, or do you want to go ahead and run again, Mal?
um. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it depends on. So we're both crashing off. Are either of us are injured or?
I would say you both came out of it relatively unscathed. I'm not going to say either of you have risks.
Yeah.
I think you
Like,
were able to like both of you all were able to like like crashing off a motorcycle, just like dip and roll, and you're both wearing sturdy
Mhm.
equipment, so I don't think you were like too banged up. You're in a soft field.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna let others go first,
Okay.
just so that I don't hog time. But
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
probably going to be like trying to grapple this. Well, I mean, yeah, I'll let others go first, but
Wrestle this
that's
motherfucker to the ground.
yeah, I'm gonna try to wrestle. Oh my god, it's wrestling time.
Mhm. Watch out.
fucking
This dude's
fucking
slippery.
Ember moment.
He's covered himself in
Oh
oil.
shit! Fuck. Hug center. But yeah, okay. So
This dude preparing just pulls out a bottle of oil and just gets them all wet.
I let him go. I don't want to. That's weird, man.
Oh,
But yeah, no, I'll let the people on the lake go first.
okay. That's good.
And then yeah.
And then back to the lake. So it's 3 of you versus 2 remaining scouts who are kind of fucked.
mhm.
I think they want to try to make a run for it at this point.
Okay.
But you have a little bit of time to react before they do, because you're all within relatively close range, and you can see them like starting to like turn and try to get out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in and clothesline one of them, like cool metal arm.
Okay, exchange blows.
Okay. That is clash. That's a 9.
All right. You're both forced to take a risk. So you wanted to like go in there and clothesline this dude, right?
Mhm.
I think as you're running in and getting the clothesline, you land it.
Yeah.
However, your arm gets stuck on the dude, and you get pulled off your bike with him.
Can I spend the ward on my shield brooch to just shrug that off?
Sure, that's
Alright.
fine.
Yeah.
You can shrug off one wrist that way. It's fine with me.
Yeah.
It is consumed until the next refresh, though.
Mhm.
So like you'd have to have some downtime and get it repaired.
Yep.
But you see your shield brooch like crack as you like use it to like cushion your fall. And this dude is like fucking prone and defenseless. I would also say you made it onto like relatively shallow water. Like it's like
Yeah, right.
ankle
I
deep.
imagine I fucking like tackled this dude.
Yeah, you're still in the wet area, but like it's ankle deep. Nobody's drowning here.
Yeah.
This
Must
dude
be.
is probably like groaning and like fucking trying to get up. Um, mm, Kane X. You saw this happen. What do you want to do?
X
I
is
think.
already.
Oh, sorry. What's up?
I was just gonna say X is already like taking shots at these guys. So now that the situation has been slightly reduced, we'll probably try to more like probably like actually like shoot at the guy since there's just one now.
Okay. So you want to try exchanging blows with this dude? Do you want to describe a little more detail what you're trying to do?
Yeah, X is gonna like close in a bit more. No longer just running interference. And is gonna try and take out the like shoot the engine
Okay.
of the like
So
last bike guy.
sure. So you're aiming for the core of the bike.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and exchange blows.
All
Roll
right.
plus clash for me.
Plus clash is gonna happen.
All right.
Yeah.
Got a 7. You both take a risk. So I think you hit it.
Oh boy.
Actually, I'm gonna say you actually probably graze it, right? So I
Hmm.
think you knock his bike, like you injure the motor a bit, but it's still able to like move. And in the process, as we're closing in and trying to line up this shot, the sudden stuttering of the motor has him like the bike kick back a little bit into yours.
Mm.
So it kind of throws both of you off balance. Go ahead and mark disrupted for me.
Yeah.
On your sheet as a risk. But this dude is now like his bike is failing him. He is about to crash. He is defenseless.
I'm trying to fucking come in and clear these guys out then,
All right, yeah. Kane wants to go. Who do you want to go strike decisively on the dude that is prone on the ground, or the dude that is like literally about to run into a tree?
God, neither of these feels particularly sporting.
No,
Yeah, Kane
no.
has just been
These
kind of
are
like a bitch
literally.
so far.
You found a group of extras. Congratulations, you're committing murder.
Yeah.
Yippee!
Yippee!
These dudes don't even have names.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean,
And
did you want to like take one of these live, right?
I mean, that's up to you.
I mean, that's sort of the plan, right?
Yeah.
If you want to take one of these guys alive, that's perfectly fine. I will count that as a strike decisively, but non-lethally. But if you
Okay,
fail,
yeah.
I'll probably just have you kill him.
I think I am going to try and be the person to like the person to like try and I'm like I should be the one to try and like non-lethally take one of these guys down because I certainly don't trust Mal to do it.
Okay.
Very, it's very funny to be like, I should be the person who tries to non-lethally take someone down. Is the only person who has killed someone so far.
Listen, listen. It's not my fault.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm like, I am going after the one who's about to crash. I think just because like I don't want to get in the way of whatever Ember's doing. This one feels like the least interfering with something that's already happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's a plus clash, right?
Yes. Oh well, you have perfectly like describe to me how perfectly you have made this dude submit.
Right. I think I think like his bike is like sort of like stuttering and like yeah, like he's like going towards towards a tree. And I think like I like come up alongside, like ram into it to like knock him off of it before it crashes, and then just like hit him with my fucking like touch spells to like knock him out. Um, uh, and then just kind of like pull him up out of the water so he doesn't drown.
Mhm. Okay, so you've effectively like restrained this dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna say you're probably occupied with that for the rest of the scene then, because like
Yeah.
you have to keep this dude like on tap, like bound and ready to go. So let's cut back to Mel. You are
Alright.
about to go fuck this man up.
Yeah, I want to fucking.
He is like unstable. He's trying to get on his feet, but you are up and ready to go. What do you
Yeah,
do?
I like to think that I probably got up faster. Like we were both
Mhm.
fucking ate shit in the dirt, but neither are hurt, and I'm immediately like glare at him, running at him with like pull out the weapon and try to like clash and
What weapon?
oh right, probably like my okay. Pact Weapon 1 melee / Bane. Fuck.
So if it's your packed weapon, so it's something granted to you by RNOR.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna. Do you want me to just like come up with one for you real fast?
Okay. Why don't you say what you were gonna come up with, and if I don't
Okay.
like it, I'll say what I would come up with.
That's fine. I was thinking you can feel part of your shadow like cloak over your arms and develop and producing like a set of claws or blade of sorts made out of your own shadow.
I'm gonna go with the. Actually, no. You know what? The claws are good.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have done a shadow blade. But you know what? The claws feel well, except she has actual claws.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Well, these are
dragon claws with a cool shadow claw instead.
Yeah, no, these are just they're extensions, right? They're just much bigger. Like they have no weight to them, so it extends your reach a little bit and actually makes them more viable as weapons, I would say.
Actually, yeah, that's true. And then I mean, she does strike me as the sort of person that would want to punch and scratch at people.
Yeah.
And I mean, she already has a sword in her fucking in her
Belt.
Astir, so
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
That
So
sounds good to
yeah,
me.
basically, like she starts running, and then basically, like her hands sort of like burst into the shadow things, and the claws come out, and she tries to just like knock him down. Well, yeah, like tries to claw at him, knock him down, not necessarily caring if he's gonna live or die in this, but like tries to combat him.
Okay. I'm gonna ask for one small thing real fast.
Yeah.
I think in order to use your power in this sudden moment, you have to ask Arnoir.
Oh, okay.
I want you to ask your patron for this just quickly. Be like,
Mhm.
hey, I need this, and describe the action, right? Like maybe this is probably something you've done before with her, but like with like just through a short key phrase, just be like, hey, I need this. Because I don't think you
Mhm.
have full control over your own shadow. You are relying on her to control it for you.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Fuck him up, Socrates. Sorry. Stop saying funny things. I want her to be cool about it.
Also, I just want an excuse to play R Noir for a second.
Yeah,
Because your patron does have to talk to you. You have a gravity clock with your patron.
Right, okay. So yeah, I do I have to actually say this or well, I know I have to say this because I'm a human being that is corporeal playing a TTRPG. But like is this something that's said out loud?
Yes, Mal is saying this out loud to R Noir. I don't think you'll have a mental link.
That's
Okay.
probably for the best.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So just kind of like, what would you quickly shout out to be like to R Noir and just be like, it could literally just be claws.
Mhm.
And she would probably get the message, but is that what you would want to do?
No, it would probably be specifically directed as okay, no, it wouldn't be too bad because see if Mal if Mal was a more coherently cool character that was actually devoted to her patron, she would probably be like, I grant you this life or whatever. But I think
that's not the nature of your relationship at all.
But that is not the nature of our relationship at all. She would probably just be like, wait, Hair Noir, check this shit out.
Sure, that's
I want to
fine.
fuck this guy up.
Yeah, that's fine. I imagine you're like saying this as you like run at this dude. And I think you like hear like a like almost soft like whisper, almost with like a sort of gurgling around it, as it is literally sound being produced from your shadow of like, very well.
Yeah.
And you see your shadow start to shift.
Actually, can I change what I said? Can it be like, Aranor, give me a hand here?
You hear like a little whispery groan and just goes, very well.
And then she fucking lunged at him like.
Yeah, and then Mal just like fucking like goes into eviscerate this dude. Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Do your roll.
This is the clash.
Strike decisively.
Oh, strike decisively. Okay.
Yeah, this dude had to take a risk.
Okay.
Wait, no, both of you are uninjured. You have to exchange blows. I forgot that. Sorry, I'm having trouble keeping track of this.
Mhm,
it's okay.
You both. This was through Weather the Storm. Neither of you have risks. Exchange blows.
Exchange blows. So that's a clash.
Yes.
I have +3 to clash. I don't know things. I can't talk to anyone.
Petsy, Petsy, Petsy.
But that's good. Okay, is that 5 + 5?
13, baby.
All right. Either your opponent takes a risk, or you take a risk and put your opponent in peril.
Right, it's 2d6 for +3. And 13? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a 13. Yeah, you just you get to you do this flawlessly. Describe how you
Yeah.
put the student risk.
Okay. Oh yeah, put the student risk. Okay. Well, to put in a risk, I think I kind of want to while he's getting up, I basically just with the claws I fucking knock him down, and I probably have the hand with the between. I have his neck between two of the fingers with a claw ready to strike him, slit his throat.
Okay. Since you're putting him at risk and you're not you're going to render him defenseless after the fact, because what you're describing is a little bit oh, you're just taking this dude out now.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm gonna say that as you reach for the throat, I think he's able to rack just quickly enough, to tilt his neck back and gets two pretty nasty gashes on the side of his neck, but not on any arteries.
Okay.
So he's gonna take the risk bleeding.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to just go ahead and finish this off and strike decisively? Because this dude's defenseless. He's getting woozy. He is bleeding out.
Well, now we're gonna decide if I'm just gonna kill a guy defenselessly. I guess probably I would, wouldn't I?
Yeah, no, this dude is going to
That's
try
the
and fight back. He's pulled his weapon out at this point, but he is not stable on his feet.
Yeah.
And he is glaring at you. This guy is angry and scared.
I'm in the heat of the moment. I'm probably gonna try and kill him. I'm
Okay.
probably gonna try and slit him up. Slit him up.
Go ahead and strike decisively for me.
All right. What's the roll for strike decisively?
Clash
Also
again.
clash.
Yeah, it's just clash again. Okay.
Mhm.
There's nothing special I have to do apart from that, though?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness.
Straight decisively.
Oh
is just
my god!
Oh yeah, no, you fuck up
Oh,
real bad actually.
Oh no!
You as you're running in, you miss a piece of the terrain and immediately eat shit in the ground.
Oh no!
Face plant full on, losing any of the dexterity you showed before.
Oh, Jesus.
And this dude catches onto this and immediately tries to fire off a few rounds, but he's still a little unstable on his feet. So go ahead and mark bleeding for me as you get grazed by several shots.
Okay.
And mark spotlight for failing a roll.
I think that's a good time to cut away for a second after Mal's tremendous
Yep.
fuck up.
Yeah, so over here it's just this one guy left that's under me, right?
Yeah.
No, you've struck this taken this dude off his bike. This dude is dizzied. He's unstable.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this guy off.
Okay. How do you do that? Describe how you're going to strike this man decisively.
Yeah, I pick him up by the collar, spin around, and toss him back to the center of the lake. Really far with my cool magic arms.
Well, go ahead and roll plus clash for me.
I did. It's a 12.
Yeah.
This dude fucking gets this dude. You probably break this dude's spine just from the centrifugal force of how hard you were throwing this man.
And then he drowns, too.
And you see a limp ragdoll fly into the center of the lake and sink into it. Oh, did I say it wrong?
No,
No,
you said it right.
Oh, okay. I missed what Aqua said.
Oh, I just said, and then he drowns.
Yeah.
No, this man is dead before he hits the water.
Yeah, well, it's drowning too.
If you were going to be throwing this man, if you're swinging around this fast to throw him what is effectively I want to say 100 meters, because you were pretty far off the center of the lake at this point. just from the spinning around, you probably break this dude's neck just from like yanking against his collar.
Yep.
So, fortunately for you though, his clothes are very sturdy, so they don't break or tear. Yeah, and this dude's dead before he hits the water. He is a corpse.
Fucking his ghost is drowning.
Yeah. I do actually have one small question for you. Do you all have any weapons that are tagged with Ruin or Bane?
I do.
do.
My arms.
Yeah.
I do.
So each
My
of you have like a
spells.
Bane weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Ominous question. Okay.
As that dude hits the center of the lake, you see like a burbling, like a gurgling coming from the center of the lake as
Oh.
a large basilisk emerges from the center of the lake.
Fuck, you should have thrown it somewhere else.
Um, I wasn't gonna let y'all get off scot-free with just 4 extras. That's too easy.
Yeah. That's boring.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
y'all have to fight at a disadvantage against a tier 3 monster.
Oh, tier
Smile.
3.
Ooh.
It's a tier 3.
Oh.
So all of your attacks will be in. I believe if you were doing going up a tier, you were attacking at disadvantage.
Yeah.
All of your attacks against this thing will be disadvantage. But anyway, you have earned the ire of the Master of the Lake. And it has turned to you and seeing you made a mess of its home, and quickly starts slithering across the lake in your direction. I'm gonna cut back to Mal real fast.
Okay.
Hey Mal, how's it going? How
Hi.
embarrassed? Oh, by the way, oh, actually, scratch that. You weren't actually risk is not the bleeding. You're embarrassed. That's the risk.
The risk is I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, that's a risk. You could be really embarrassed.
Oh my god! Actually, no. Yeah. I like that. Hang on.
Risks don't have to be physical. They could be emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being embarrassed is worse for Mal than bleeding.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you are
for
like,
sure.
yeah, like you still probably got grace, but it wasn't enough to matter. But I think more than anything, you were shaken and you were like in awe of how bad you fucked up.
Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you're bleeding, that's cool and that's kind of hot. If you trip, if you like tripped, you just have to hope nobody saw. I'm actually very curious as to like, am I invisible? Was that invisible range of the rest of the party?
Probably not, actually. I don't think anybody would have saw that. I think you're like, so like I'm gonna do a little another mark on the map, right? So the party is probably like here, that little dot, and you're like all the way over here, like this little dot. You kind of split off from the party in order to like run this dude down as he was trying to get back to the fort.
Okay.
So you were a bit of a distance away, and they were probably too distracted to see you. But I would imagine the only dude that saw you is the dude that is bleeding out in front of you,
This dude that is bleeding out in front of
and,
me.
and is really wants to kill you.
Yeah, and I particularly want to kill him. Because I'm very embarrassed, and I want to kill the one person that has seen me do something embarrassing.
Okay.
But I am face flat on the fucking ground.
Yeah. I'm gonna say if you want to attack from this position, it's gonna be a disadvantage because you're prone.
Even if I'm swiping at his legs, those little feetsies.
Yeah, no, you were face first in the dirt, and if you
Okay.
want to do something out of that position, it's gonna be more difficult than you would if you were like standing and ready.
That does make sense. Okay.
So I'm gonna say do that at disadvantage.
Okay.
But if you want, otherwise, I would say if you wanted to like just get up and collect yourself, you could roll cool off. But you would give this man like another opportunity to do something and continue surviving.
Yeah, I would give him the opportunity to do another something, and also like she is embarrassed, which means she is very focused on the actual kid. Like if it was just bleeding, she would if she was bleeding, she would probably get up, cool off, try to wipe off the blood, and look cool with it. Right now, she should probably like really fucking angry and trying to cut his Achilles tendon with the claws. Swiping
Alright, so you kind of like get up on all fours and like make a lunge towards this dude and like try to like slash at his legs as he's like backing up.
Probably hissing a little bit too, like a big fucking lizard.
Yeah, sure. That sounds great to me. I think that's very it's a very evocative imagery. Go ahead and roll exchange blows with me. Go ahead and roll 3d6 and take the lowest 2.
Okay.
But this is still with your plus. So
yes, still with a +3. So
yes.
Lowest 2. 2 and a 3 plus 3. Wait, plus 3. So
So
that's
it's a
6.
2 and a 3 plus 2. Or you have plus 3 for clash, so you got an 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, this would actually be strike decisively because this dude is actually defenseless already because he's literally bleeding out.
Oh,
Still
perfect.
plus clash though, so it's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you strike carelessly, causing collateral damage beyond your expectations. I think as you go in to, well, actually, no, sorry, that you should decide this. I'm getting carried away. What do you want to do? Overreach or estimate? Take a risk? Waste ammo or words? Losing a weapon until you can rearm? Or you strike carelessly? Which would you prefer?
Hang on. Sorry, I didn't hear the first one on that list.
So it's when you strike decisively on a 7 and 9, you succeed as above, but you choose one. You overreach or underestimate, take a risk. You waste ammo or words, losing use of a weapon until you could rearm. And then there's one for like talking, but that doesn't matter. Or you strike carelessly, causing collateral damage beyond your expectations.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Where I'm leaning, the two that I'm leaning is either collateral damage or I do strike out his Achilles tendon, but I go for the lose weapon because I was so embarrassing that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Era
you just
Noir is
your
like,
power.
I'm taking that away right now. You got the bare minimum, but you disappointed me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the most in character.
I think that's the most in character.
Yeah, no. If you want to lose the control of your, like, you want to lose access to your claws, until end of combat. I think that's very in character for Arnoir. Just seeing like you completely flub your shit and just being like, I don't want to help you.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for that one. Like I lose use of my claws for the rest of the combat.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that happens. You go ahead and you swipe this dude's legs, and you straight up cut out his feet from under him. Quite literally, his feet are still on the ground, and the rest of him falls.
Oh my god, I just wanted to sever his Achilles tendon. This is fucked up.
No, this man is dead. Your claws are huge and sharp.
That is awesome. Okay.
We love killing here.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of them in this game because it's war. Anyways,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, so you lose access to your special weapon until end of combat, and you probably need to collect yourself a bit. But yeah, if you want to like get yourself up, and I think you probably see what just came out of the lake as you do this, and is like now heading towards where everybody used to be, or like where you were previously. But before you do anything, I want to cut back to the group again. How are y'all dealing with this big ass snake?
Well,
Cracking my knuckles.
I'm gonna go pee real quick while you're.
I'm also actually going to do that. I think this is.
All right, if you want to like, we
Yeah,
can cut
okay.
out
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, we
for
can
a
have
small break.
we can have an
Yo, piss
intermission.
stream. Piss stream.
Yeah.
Stream.
Piss stream?
Piss stream?
Yeah.
Piss
yeah,
stream?
Why?
It's piss stream.
All right,
Goodbye.
everybody, go take their bathroom break. We'll deal with the snake when you get back.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
have a
Alright.
little intermission.
Mm-hmm.
so far.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Hi,
hi.
everybody.
Oh my god. we're
Hello,
back.
everyone.
We left off on our adventure with a very pressing issue.
Snake.
So you have a large sea snake, lake snake, heading straight for you. I'm gonna say you have a couple of options here, just generally speaking, from like the broad perspective of things. You are still on your bikes for the most part, except for I think Ember.
Mhm.
Like 2 of you are still like on your vehicles,
Well,
and the
isn't
snake.
Kane with Isn't like Kane like holding the alive guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like you probably had like there was an amount of time between this dude like rising up out of the water for you probably like as Ember was taking care of the other dude, you were probably loading this guy back onto your bike to take home, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
To take back
Yeah,
to the
like,
ship
like
for
I
questioning.
probably like headed back towards the ship with this guy in tow, right? Like,
Yeah, no. So like I would say like as this dude hits the water and the snake comes out, you're probably like I would say you're probably like halfway to the ship, and then X, what have you been doing in the meantime?
I would say X was probably Ember was like on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
X was probably like went over to like help her up and stuff.
Okay, and like get her back on the bike and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a couple of options, right? I think at this point, the crew has had enough time to like unstick the doors.
Hmm.
So you can try fighting the snake as it is now, or you can try getting back to the ship and suiting up.
Hmm.
Either way, I'm gonna have you roll some dice.
I think
I think X.
Yeah.
We should try and distract the snake so Kane can get back to the boat and get in his Astir.
I think that's a great idea, and hopefully Mal is doing all right and can get back here too.
Mel somewhere. Mel will figure it out.
hopefully Mal didn't do anything cringe.
Mel sneezes off in the
Um,
distance.
Okay, so in this case, Kane's heading back and probably is like is like in the process of like trying to pass by the master of the lake, right?
Mhm.
But y'all want to try like distracting it, right? And giving Kane space to make it back to the ship, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have can you go ahead and roll help or hinder for me?
Yes. Ba, 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 ba.
Both of you can roll it, in fact, if you'd like.
I'd love to.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. We're helping and hindering
Yeah.
Kane.
I'm hindering.
Me too. We're both making things worse.
Yeah, you're both like fucking getting big glowing signs pointing to Kane and like throwing like tasty smells
Okay,
from
how
across
does
the lake onto him.
how
We get
does-
+1 because we hung out with Kane.
Yes, you all had a nice bonding moment of being irritating at each other.
So 2d6 +1.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I did more normal.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. On your failure, I think you start trying to like. I think X kind of starts making way into the lake to try and distract the sea snake. However, in the process, gets like caught up in the waves that it's been making as it is like ripping across this lake, and
Oh.
just capsizes.
That's
Like
cringe.
you flip over, you are off your bike, you are in the water now, and I want you to go ahead and mark a risk.
Do I still have that risk from earlier?
Yes, unless you cleared it.
Hmm.
So you're at 2 risks now if you have a risk from earlier. What was your risk from earlier?
Disrupted, because I
Disrupted.
hit the other bike.
I would say mark something like in the state of like
Wet.
yeah, like wet or like scared or like it could be an emotional thing too, because I don't think you're particularly injured by this, but you're definitely made off kilter.
I'm gonna say wet.
Okay, sure. Risk extremely wet. So sad. Sopping.
Absolutely sopping.
Yeah.
Stopping wet, meow meow.
Ember, on the
Genshin
other
Impact
hand,
voice wet.
was able to like actually like cut through the water a bit more effectively and actually like get the master of the lake's attention, and thus giving Kane more space to get to the back to the ship.
Mm.
However, as Kane like rips on by, you if there's any consequences of an action, you will probably be involved with them due to proximity. So, uh, Kane, can you go ahead and roll with me? Roll for me
Yeah, I mean, there's
with
probably like a
advantage,
yeah.
and this will
I'm
be
gonna
weather
go
the storm.
probably defy because I'm just fucking going.
Yes, you are gunning it towards the ship.
Okay, and I have advantage or
Yes, you have advantage.
okay.
You did
Okay.
so you did so good.
Yeah. I fucking ace it. I get
Yeah,
that
no,
easy.
you like flawlessly cut through these waves. And I'm gonna say you actually, as you were coming in, you start to see the one of the bay's doors open because they saw you coming and they have your steer cockpit open ready to go.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say in the process of like dropping off this dude, you probably like toss him at like the engineering bay,
Mhm.
and you can just immediately can you describe the action of like getting off this bike and quickly like leaping into your steer?
Yeah, I mean, I think, God, like, yeah. So I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I like ride back into like the through like door I left on the bike, right?
Mhm.
And that's like pretty close to where the stairs are kept, right? Um,
Yeah, imagine like because the ship's a big box, there's probably like two big bay doors, kind of like storage unit doors on each side that like roll up and like reveal the engineering bay and like basically I'll give the steers like space to stand and step out.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I like basically just like leave the guy like the guy like slumped over the back of my bike, and I'm
Mhm.
just like booking it. I'm like, I'm like basically like not saying anything to like anybody who like is there. Like they have my steer like ready. They have the bay open. So like, I mean, it's not like they all know what they're supposed to do here. I know what they're supposed to do here. I'm not gonna like waste any time.
Mhm.
Like saying anything. It's nice to see when the chips are done. Like at least parts of this team are like able to like work in concert like this.
Yes.
Um, I'm not like I'm like happy to see this, but I'm not like I don't have like the fucking presence of mind like the social words to like thank them or anything. I'm just
Mhm.
like
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like despite your first impressions, everybody on this crew is quite capable. So,
Still not convinced
nobody is
about the doctor.
the
Yeah,
doctor is
fucking
good at
doctor.
his job, he just sucks. He has a personality problem, that's all.
Fair. Who doesn't?
Yeah. For the record, like some of my inspiration was like Dr. Knox from FMA.
Mm,
If anyone remembers that guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That guy was
that
cool.
kind of character, very grizzled and like tired and kind of grimy. But
like
like
I'm sorry.
oh no, go ahead.
I mean like I climb up to my cockpit. I like I pull up the like arcane matrix I used to like slot into my Astir and like power it up. Um,
Okay.
like stand up. I'm like arcanist myriad engaging. And I
Yeah,
realized I kind of like launch all the way out, so I just kind of like start wading out into the lake, I guess.
no. I will say, like in the process of prepping for this mission, a lot of your steers have been like geared for like mobility on water. Like this is something that the crew was taking care of while during transport
Okay.
because they knew you would be fighting in a wet area and may not have to be stable floating all the time. So I imagine the bottoms of your feet on your steer are equipped with a very similar to but higher functioning device that the bikes were running on.
Right. So they're like
Okay.
That
hovers.
let you move swiftly and safely on the surface of the water.
Okay. So I'm like skimming across that shit. I'm like sliding
Yes, yeah,
out.
you can literally launch out and you'll have like those really cool like wingtails of water like hissing past you as you like glide across this lake.
Mhm.
Yes.
It looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
Also, as something you'll notice as you have like launched into your stair and your display comes up displaying all the life signs, it's not just the snake that you can see.
Oh, what's
Off
up?
in the woods that have been you see a collection of small dots off into the woods to the like I want to say right here you see a collection of small dots. They aren't moving. Um and if you look over there, you don't immediately see anything, but it doesn't seem to be an area of immediate hostility.
Okay.
but you do notice that there is a presence over there.
Mhm.
Like somebody is watching this unfold. Somebody's plural actually. So yeah, that is the current situation. You are launching out. You are going at the snake. Um, what do you want to do? Do you want to cut back to Mal or?
I think that's a good idea.
That sounds good.
Hey Mal, get up.
5 more minutes.
Hey, cringe ass.
No, none of you know I'm cringe. None of you can know.
Okay, so
um,
you want to like try and like get back on your bike and get back with the group, or what do you want to do?
probably yeah. I'm gonna take it. Mal can see the doors are open from the distance.
Oh yeah, no, the ship is fucking huge. You can see that like Kane has got like as you're getting up, you see Kane launching out.
Mhm.
And they're Astir, and you see the big master, and you see the big snake heading for your allies.
Now, granted, I am still technically at risk from embarrassment.
Yes, you were
Um,
still embarrassed. If you want to like deal with that, you're gonna have to cool off.
I kind of.
Well, if you're not moving in a way that's dangerous, I'll let you cool off while you move.
Oh, I guess that's fair. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
'cause,
would.
like
Yeah.
walking over or like riding over isn't really like
Yeah,
a
no, if you're
move.
like taking like a wide route around, like I think you're far enough away from the snake, and the snake is like properly distracted, where you could probably like make your way pretty safely. Um, like I would say you are in a compared to everybody else, you are in a moment of safety.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm
You're not
gonna.
unlike everyone else, you're not in immediate danger.
Which is which is fairly ironic because I'm only here out of danger because I immediately did the most dangerous thing.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
great. I think that is a very like fun turn of events. So
Yeah. Well, in that case, I will take advantage of the leeway that you've given, and probably she's gonna take a safer route to trying to get to the to the carrier. While also going through fucking self motivation. Like nobody saw you. It's fine. There's no consequences. You still killed that guy. You fucked him up real good.
all right. Did you can you go ahead and roll
A stat that you think.
this trait that is most appropriate for getting you to like calm down?
Mm.
I'm gonna say in this circumstance, like I believe Defy is the stat for like brute forcing through something. Um,
I
I will say you can like roll Defy on this in the context of you are repressing the stressy. Like
yeah, repressing the stressy. That Defy just makes. I don't think she's. Yeah. Worst idea for me would be to say she's trying to talk herself up, considering she has -2 talk.
yeah, no, I think she is literally in the space of like taking the member what happened and putting it in a little bad box and throwing it in the back of her brain where all the trauma is.
This will be one of those memories where she thinks about it when she's laying in bed trying to go to sleep. I was
Yeah.
so cringe.
It was
Yeah, no,
so
like
cringe.
actually
Everybody-
the mechanic I'm reminded of is like fucking I enjoyed Adventure Time and there's like been putting things in the mental vault.
Nobody will ever know you fucked up. Yeah, see, I think that's exactly her. It's like if you're just hoping nobody saw you. You're just gonna go up. You're gonna look so cool. You're gonna get in your mech, and everything's gonna be cool, and everyone's gonna think you're so cool and useful. You're never gonna think about this again, except after this immediately when there's a moment of silence when you think about all the bad thoughts.
Yeah, you will cry yourself to sleep tonight.
I will
Yeah.
cry myself to sleep tonight.
Uh-huh.
But I just go to the loud places and I be loud myself. And then I don't have to hear the bad thoughts that are there constantly. Like a kind of brain tinnitus.
Yeah,
Brainitis.
that's great. I'm so happy for you. Anyways,
So yeah.
do the Defy roll.
Thank you. I will.
All right.
Eh,
Um, I will say that you were able to cool off properly, but so go ahead and erase
Mhm,
the
mhm.
embarrassed risk from the air sheet for me. But I think um I think as you were like making your way back to the ship, I think some of the like afterwaves from this like large massive creature like ripping through the lake like rock your bike a little bit and like set you off a little bit off balance and makes it just like I'm gonna say that you can't like immediately get onto your Astir upon getting back. I think you're gonna have to like take some time to do that and probably like do a move in order to like engage with that.
That
But
sounds just fine.
I think that otherwise I think that that's all that's gonna happen. Is
Mhm,
that okay?
mhm. Yeah, I was a little in my own head, so it slowed down the process of it
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Like as you were like focusing on like repressing the stressy, like the waves knock you off balance, and you kind of like slow down a little bit.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair to me.
you lose your moment of safety.
Mhm, 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 mhm.
Um. Anyways, so Mal's on the way back. We'll probably like be able to board in a steer soon and actually do something. Um. Ember X, how's it
Yeah.
going?
Okay.
bad.
Well, yeah. Um, I want to try and get X on my bike with me and then rush back to the ship.
That sounds
I,
so great.
that sounds like a great idea. Um. You will have to cross paths with a big monster.
Yeah, I was worried that might be the case.
Can we
However, there is somebody in a steer nearby that is capable of helping you.
Yeah, I'm gonna like. I can do that, right? Like
Oh, by the
I
way,
could
you
go like
rolled
a
out
hunter.
invisible. I don't think
Did
the
I?
sea snake's going to take immediate. Yeah, you have chameleon cloak, right?
I mean, like I have to activate that. Though. Like I have to choose to use that. Uh, right? Like
Uh,
it isn't just immediately active.
okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
if you
Yeah,
want to
because it's an
activate it,
active
that's
ability.
fine. Yeah, if you want to activate it, that's fine. But if
I
you
don't
you
think
can
I'm
do it
like.
as part of a move per se.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm like the most concerned about that right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
You probably want to be taking some aggro here.
yeah, right. Like,
Yeah. The only reason I brought it up is the thing that came to mind is that if the sea snake didn't have immediate vision on you, you could more effectively like distract it and like surprise it. Like kind of having a sudden moment of like a steer come at you from out of invisibility and
I mean, like I
like
think
shove
that
you out of
like
the way.
I think a steer coming at it is going to do that enough, right? Like, I think that
Yeah,
like.
that's fair.
And like if I'm going to go invisible, it will be at a time where like there are some like somebody else has been able to like get out and start piloting, so that like I can this is like an animal. I can get distracted and then like lose sight of me, and I go invisible, and then like it's the same effect if that's what's needed. Right
Yeah,
now, I'm just trying to like get the heat off of my squad mates.
perfectly fine. I think you can go ahead and just roll help or hinder then.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, before Ember Ember does a stunt
Mhm.
with X in tow.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So
Also, I think
I'm
because you're in your steer, I'm gonna go ahead and give you an advantage on this too. I think
okay.
you're much more capable of providing assistance as you are like now equal size with this big monster.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You're able to actually like interfere in a way that matters.
Right. I think the thing I'm gonna do is like um. So one of my um grab yeah. Like I think I'm just gonna like try and um God, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Right. Like I think I'm gonna try like fire my like so one of the things I have in my series is the, like the Blaze 1-3 and like how I'm imagining that theming is like it is mounted onto my Astir and it is how I'm thinking that works is that there are like these in like my Astir is like these like big bulky like shoulders and stuff. And I think there's like pods mounted in them that like extend out and do like and they like release like glyphs that I charge into there and like fire basically like project them into the air at like a like mid range and like have like not like big area explosions but like it's like a little blast. I think I'm trying to like project those in front of it to like head off its movement and
Okay, so you're like just like firing, like you're basically trying to head up smooth with like artillery, or are you
Yeah, or
actually
just
like
like
putting the glyphs directly in front of it?
like directly in front of it. Like I'm trying to yeah, I'm trying like scare it a little bit. If I heard it, I heard it, but like mostly I'm just trying to like make sure it's not like going any further.
Okay, so like imagine these glyphs kind of like extending out in like a column and like kind of charging up almost like a railgun, but instead of like actually firing, you were simply using the column of glyphs, like this row of glyphs that you were generating as part of a maneuver, instead to just distract and get in the way of like this creature.
Yeah.
If I'm interpreting what you said correctly, obviously, I'm having a little bit of trouble envisioning it.
But basically, like what I'm imagining is that like the like pods on the shoulders like extend outwards, and then like they like write the glyph in the air like that I have like stored into there.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah,
like just supersized version of like a magical implement built into your shoulders.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that a lot actually. That is a very weird thing. That is a very weird way of doing things, and I like that a lot.
Mhm.
But sure,
Yeah.
yeah, you put a lot of like you put like a few very noisy, like visually busy glyphs
Mhm.
in front of this thing. Probably like inherently volatile in nature, and I want you to go ahead and like roll for that with advantage.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a roll for the
3d6, take the best two.
okay. I don't think I have +1 because I spent time with these people in downtime, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and also another +1 because they've helped me enter previously in the sortie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 3d6 +2.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay. So
That
it's
is a
No. Yeah,
9.
that's
is
a
a
9.
9. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
7 to 9. You do grant Ember advantage. However, if something goes bad, you'll probably get caught up in it. Okay.
that was probably already what was gonna happen anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah,
you
on
are
10
about to
plus
fight the
you're
snake.
yeah, on 10 plus it's whatever, but like if there's any like overreach from the snake trying to like gobble up the small target, um then your mech will probably get caught in the crossfire a little.
Hmm.
So, anyways, Ember, time to roll.
Yep. Okay, so I'm just trying to get X on my bike and then go really, really fast away from the snake.
Yeah, so that's gonna be Weather the Storm,
Yeah.
and that'll be Defy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it is.
You're powering your way past a big monster.
And I have advantage?
That you do.
+1. That's 9.
Um. All right, 7 to 9. You succeed at some cost. It'll keep you occupied longer than you thought. Um, have you gained Spotlight yet?
No.
I have not, no.
Neither of you have. Okay. Hmm. This is a tough one. I'll have to think for a second. So you definitely make it past. Like the snake tries to lunge at you, but due to the glyphs being in the way, it kind of like falters, and you have like time to get past like the danger zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in the process of that, I'm gonna say that like uh as you were breathing a quick sigh of relief of getting out of immediate danger and like passing by Kane's Astir, you miss the fact that the tail's still in your way.
Right.
And you are about to head on collision with it. So I'm gonna say, if you avoid it, you're probably gonna skid out a little bit, and you're not able to get back to the ship as quickly as you would like. Or, if you can just you can try to ram through it, and both you and X will take a risk, and you can immediately board your steers.
Yeah, I think it's worth the risk then, yeah?
Yeah. How many risk are you at?
1.
Okay. Cool.
Are you also at 1X?
No, I'm at 2.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm
Oh,
So when I
Well,
get
yeah,
back to the
no,
ship,
yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna use my fucking
You'd have to cool off before you do anything, otherwise you're
Yeah, when I
defenseless.
get back to the ship, I'm gonna use my fucking consecrated ground, and I'm gonna fucking cool down everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's not quite how it works, but
Yeah, no, that's fine. Y'all can get back to the ship safe and sound in that case. So, I imagine what will happen, or do you want to describe how this goes? How y'all like bash through this thing's tail with your little water bike?
Yeah, I mean, I think I give X the controls, and I just kind of like ride the handlebars.
You're ghost riding the whip.
Yeah.
Okay.
how does this help?
I look cooler.
Um, all right. So there's an obstacle in your way. What are you doing to deal with it?
Right. And I think I think we go like a little bit long to try and like get around like the tip of the tail, and it's just like it's really close, and I just like it gets close enough to where it's like it's gonna graze us, but I just like fucking do a big punch and punch it out of the way.
Okay, so you like you lash out at it to like
Yeah.
make create enough space for yourself. But I imagine like in the process, because you are in fact ghost riding the whip, it's gonna knock y'all off balance pretty severely, and you're all like, you're probably gonna, instead of get into the ship safe and sound, you are going to straight up like fly off your bike into the ship.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so both of you go airborne straight into the like and crash into the engineering bay.
Yay.
So go
And
ahead
is
and
that a
mark.
risk?
Yeah, that would be a risk. Or in your case, you can also, I would actually not mind if you wanted to mark peril instead and upgrade one of your risks into something a bit more substantial. But yeah, I will say you can either mark a third risk or mark a peril.
I'm gonna mark a third risk.
Okay, sounds good. What are your two risks? What are your other two risks already?
Disrupted and wet.
Oh, you're now injured.
Okay.
Okay, what
You were battered and bruised.
I'll be battered, you be
you were
bruised.
bruised, wet, and dizzy. Just a really bad day for X.
Yeah.
And
Do I
Ember.
still gotta go here?
Oh yeah, no. I would say you are all both able to get into your steers out of this pretty quickly, despite like getting real fucked up. And while that was like Ember's like turn and can quickly get into her S tier, I think you were able to act out of your S tier before Ember.
Okay. What I'm going to do before any of that is I'm going to sit down on the ground, and my one move that I have is consecrated ground.
Mhm.
And assuming I get at least a 7 here, I can uh, imbue the ship with the ability to have all creatures in it cool off with advantage.
Sure.
I think I would like to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And plus channel is I think does the paradigm get +3 or +2
Plus
for channel?
3.
Yeah, I think the paradigm might be the only one that gets +3. I think the rest get like +2 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and you can go ahead and do that. That's perfectly fine with me.
Dope. So that means I got a +10, or I got an 11, which means that I can actually imbue it with 2 things.
Sure.
So the first one is going to be the cool off advantage because I really fucking need it.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one will be, I think, ooh. How long would you say this consecrated ground would last?
Till the end of combat,
Okay.
at least. It might last a little bit longer depending on the circumstances. And just,
Mm.
I would say like in game, would probably last like, depending
little
on
bit.
how strong your deity is at the time, between like 30 minutes to an hour, maybe.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is I have one that is creatures within consecrated area cannot knowingly lie. So since I was strong enough to imbue it with a second effect, I feel like that would be a good one for it after combat
Yeah,
because we
sure.
want to get information from the guy that we captured.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine with me.
Cool. I'm gonna do that then.
It'd also be really fun to harass your crewmates with it.
Revenge.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to. None of us would be able to lie, so we could all harass each other.
Yeah, no, you'll have to be really honest for a little bit. That would make for an excellent downtime scene.
Oh no! Oh no!
And I will extend that into downtime.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, I was hoping for that for the
Mhm.
interrogation. So
Mm-hmm.
cool.
All right.
Do you want to both of us cool off really quick?
I think that's a great idea, Ember.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a great idea.
Before you all do that, however, who Mal or Kane, who wants to go next? Mel, do you want to like get back to the ship and like board your Astir?
Yeah, I think that would be. I think that's what we said. Right. The consequence was that it took longer. So I guess
Yeah.
I'm here
So
now. It
yeah,
it took that whole
The whole fun sequence.
yeah.
yeah,
As you were driving by on the safer side, you saw like Ember and X fly through the air into the ship.
yeah, I'm just immediately thinking like, damn, I should have done that. Fuck, that was cool though.
Good thing nobody saw me not do that.
Good thing nobody saw me not do that.
All right, cool. I will say because it took you a bit longer to get back to the ship, if you act out of your steer immediately, it will be a disadvantage.
Hmm.
Just due to the fact that you are getting out, you are getting out a bit slower, and in order to react to things in a timely manner, you're gonna have to do it a bit messily. You're gonna be a bit clumsy about it. So
Okay. Okay.
at least
Okay.
that's my reasoning. If and obviously, if my reasoning doesn't make sense to any of y'all, feel free to contest me on it. Like this is just as much a discussion as it is a game. So
Yeah. I mean, I would say that makes sense because like it was the takes longer than normal thing was the deal with cooling down.
yeah, that was the
And
consequence of like you're interrupting your moment of safety.
like
Mhm.
that would have we had like a whole set of turns there. So
Mhm.
if she were to get back into her mech on this turn, it would be like, well, all she did last turn was cool down anyway, so that was just the one move. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
the
exactly,
disadvantage makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah, so
I
you didn't really get a proper consequence out of it yet. So I
Mhm,
would say
mhm.
you can either board your mech and like then we'll pass to like Kane. Like maybe you can do something like small, like within the confines of the ship. So like say you wanted to like weave magic or do something at range, that would be fine. But if you wanted to impact the situation directly, it would be a disadvantage.
I see.
So
Um,
because I believe don't you have like a whole thing built around your like curse? Like you can curse things?
yeah, basically, the first okay, so I have the when I'm in the mech, I have the Bear of the Curse thing. So
Okay.
the first time I clash with someone, I can put one of three consequences on them. That is either like I can mark them, which or wait, hang on. Actually, I'll actually read the thing specifically. Yeah, you can either stop them from using any subsystems for the rest of the scene. You leave a difficult remove branch to mark on them, or they suffer a misfortune in the future, and the next move against them is made with advantage.
Wait, isn't this the move that you personally have?
This is the move that I personally have. Yes.
Ah, which we could have
Wait,
been
no, no,
using
no,
for that
no, no, no.
combat.
Wait. Sorry. This is the move that this isn't the move that I personally have. The
Yeah,
specific one that I have is that I get if I'm overheated, then I
yeah. I
can
just
get
meant to say
advantage.
we should have been taking into account the curse during that combat we were just in.
Oh and no, I think the curse
No,
only
no, that's
applies when you're
only
in the austere.
yeah. It's only in the wait. Actually, hang on
Wait,
now.
no.
No, your personal move is the mark of the curse, so you would have been putting the guy that you were fighting at disadvantage.
Wait, I thought. Wait. Oh, wait. Wait, hang on. Hang on. No, no, no. The personal move, like the move on my mech, like the special thing of the mech is that I can mark them for death, and I have the additional move that's like a witch move.
Yeah, your
That is.
additional witch move.
Oh yeah, no.
So I could have done that.
Let me
Yes.
see. Like, I'm trying to read this again. You start with your patron move and one more of your choice during austere creation.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm, and I
actually, in the case of austere creation, that bearer of the curse would have been marked on your austere. I don't think that would have been on your person because of how character creation works. Because
mhm.
this is something we had discussed earlier. Is that your steer move is the second move that you pick up. That is what it means when it says you start with your patron move and one more of your choice during austere creation.
Mhm.
So that bearer of curses you can still have, but it would be on your steer instead of like the advantage of cursed.
Right.
However, you can still have the advantage of cursed onto it, and then you can just take bearer of curse later on as your bonus. And you might want if you want to extend it as somebody like who is affected by your patron's power. I think that would also be okay since we're
Oh,
we're still getting things figured out. What's up?
well, in that case, I wouldn't have that consecrated ground.
You could have been like in yours too, right? You got back into the hangar and stuff, right? You could
It's not
definitely
what
like mark
my
it.
my Astir has the safeguard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I completely misunderstood this.
Session 1, baby.
Yeah, it's
Yeah!
That's how
okay.
it
It's
goes.
session 1. We're
Yeah,
figuring stuff
it's
out because like
Uh-huh.
this is something I had to discuss like for a while in terms of like understanding that like your base move that you get, because is consecrated ground like your just base move or is it actual move you picked up?
It's a move I picked up.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so no, you only have access to
yeah. Gray and I had like a big argument about this. It was funny.
yeah, no, because I literally had to like read over the sentence a bunch of times and like look over it, and like I think it was explained during Astir creation, like, yeah, no, this is your second move that you pick up as a channeler. It is your Astir move.
I see.
Oh.
So I need to look at the
I'm still convinced
Paradigm
it's wrong,
playbook.
but that's okay.
I agree with you, Gwen.
Yeah, no, I that doesn't sound real to me, but that's
Yeah, like yeah, you start with a tenant's move and one more of your choice during a steer creation. The fact that it specifies a steer creation, and like I think if I go to the steers in the book itself, it says like, yeah, no, this is your other move. It can either be from your playbook or from the cantrips list, or it is a custom move.
Okay.
So I'm because channelers have access to Astirs, it makes like they start with a bit more limit because you get a big robot.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
At least that's my understanding of it. I will actually like 100 like I'm gonna still let the consecrator ground like go because like we're still figuring stuff out, and I think that's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah, let it roll this one time, but like
Yeah, I'm gonna let it roll. Like I don't want it. Like I think the way the game's been flowing is perfectly fine, but I mean this is stuff we can figure out. So I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't stress it.
Okay.
That was like a special preview of something you'll be able to do normally later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I'm gonna say like in a moment of concentration, you're able to channel power you've yet to experience.
Cool.
That's good because I still that's good because I think it's explicitly important that this is not related to anything specific that's being done this move, but I think it's very important that I try to insult X for for them like falling in, but because I can't lie and because it was actually cool, I accidentally say it's cool instead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, do that in character.
Okay, okay, I guess in character I would just be like I don't know, you might not, because I took the safer route. This is like after you've set up the thing and you're still like you're taking a second to cool off before getting in your steers, and I just sort of sneak in and I'm like trying to look at Cutting's like I'm just like, hey dweebs, that was really cool.
thanks.
And then goes, wait, what the fuck? I did not mean to say that. What the
Thanks,
fuck?
Mal.
No, don't thank me. That's no shit.
And you can't even. Well, I guess you could say you didn't mean to say that because
Because that
that
is
is
the
the truth.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that. I wanted to insult. God fucking damn it. Son of a bitch. What did you do to me, you whore? Or she tries to say whore. I don't know enough about X.
I mean, you could say
say no.
if you think that X is a horror, you can just as an insult.
I
You
think
can
Mal
say
thinks
it.
that you've never had sex in your life, or if you had sex, that it's not been good sex.
What did you do to me, you virgin?
You virgin. Which is...
X does not respond to that.
Laughing in character.
Oh, our Moe points are piling up apparently. I had so much sex with my beautiful wife.
Cries.
Okay. So getting the actual move, apart from that.
Mhm.
See, on the one hand, I don't want to actually get disadvantaged, but on the other hand, I don't think there's anything specific that I can do in this place because cooling off wouldn't actually benefit me because I already cooled off on the bike.
You have access to weave magic. You can like use your powers to affect the area from a range, in my opinion. So
That's
if you want
true.
if you want to like influence an effect from your Astir without like necessarily leaving the ship, you could weave magic from your cockpit.
I completely forget about some of the basic moves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here. Also, I did also completely forget that your base move is something we deal with on when we roll lead authority.
Yeah, like I also forgot to
Your
speak about my
boons.
rituals and shit.
Yeah. Like I said, session 1, we're figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Um,
I've been keeping up with mine.
That's great.
You're so good, Gwen.
Yeah, I'm really cool and strong.
Uh,
I'm even in the truth zone, so you know I believe it.
yeah.
Well, now I'm just looking at. Okay. Patron offers you 2. Wait, Patron offers you 2 boons at random. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's nothing. I didn't lead that sortie. Wait, whenever someone leads a sortie.
Yeah, no, it's anytime you lead a sortie. So it's the beginning of any sortie, basically.
I didn't put boons on anyone.
That's okay. Well,
Yeah, we all like
this was a
except for when we all
surprise.
forgot our
This was
shit.
a surprise combat. So
It was
But-
that's
we'll
true.
resolve this after this is all done. We'll get your boons figured out. We'll get prepared rituals and stuff.
Mhm,
I'm just going to
mhm.
say you didn't have time to do any of this.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. But so if I'm weaving magic, wait.
I can read off the move to you, actually.
Yeah, that
Weave
would
magic.
actually be.
It's on page 24 if you also want to look at it.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, sorry. I've been trying to look at my fucking playbook and not the thing. That's why.
Yeah. There's also a reference sheet. I should honestly just post this reference sheet in the group chat because it's like 9 pages that condenses a lot of the stuff.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Let me go ahead and pull that up for you.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Thank God. There it is. Okay. You know, manage 10 plus channel magic. What? Okay, I'll look at the reference sheet instead.
Yeah. So
Yes,
when you weave magic to do something with your power roll plus channel on a 10 plus, you manage to channel power in the way that you desire without ill effect. 7 to 9, you succeed, but your spell is twisted in an unexpected and dangerous way.
Okay.
So basically, you're casting magic to have an effect on the battlefield, and basically, since this is a very open-ended move, I kind of want you would have to describe to me what you are trying to do,
That is
and it's
fair.
on my
Yeah.
end to kind of determine how that affects things.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Mhm.
I guess, okay, probably. Because here's my thought is I'm probably gonna go out and try to fight the guy, and I'll probably be activating my cloak at the time. But I am also going. This is on water. There's gonna be
Yes.
fucking big ass fucking glowing splashes. Like it's still going to be relatively obvious, even if you can't see the entire mech, even if it is like cloaked in shadow and stuff. Like there are going to be large wet footsteps coming right at it with the whatever gear that has been modified, and I'm presuming if it's been modified within an 8-hour period, it's probably not like precision to be like, it's probably not in line with the cloak to be entirely
No,
cloaked.
it is function over form.
Mhm.
So if you're
Yeah.
cloaked, it is very obvious that there's a big invisible thing floating on the water, blasting water out of the way.
So my thought is I probably want to like use my magic to make a sort of like put a layer of like a cloaking sort of mist of like a little sort of mist on the lake to try and cover that up to make the stealth more obvious.
Sure, that would be fine. I would say that would probably if you wanted to like cloak over the lake with like kind of like a shadowy mist, that'd be fine.
Okay, cool.
And if you want to roll for that with your plus channel, I will tell you how that turns out and what benefits that might provide.
Cool. That's in 11.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you do it perfectly. So I think in like channeling, you kind of step out and you're still a little bit of away from the fight, but from your mech, you channel like your you're able to channel more effectively your patron's power without necessarily them having much influence over it, and you're
Hmm.
able to like kind of between your Astir's hands like accumulate a massive shadow, and then just as suddenly as it's like condensed, you like stab it into the lake, and it immediately like explodes and disperses into like a almost a fine mist over the surface of the lake, kind of covering the serpents, and like I would say it's probably like a foot, at least a decent foot, like covering the lake in like a large area.
Okay.
Um, I want to say that like if anybody wants to take um a like help or hinder move, they probably get to do it with advantage. While this is available, because it's gonna be harder for the snake to navigate and like disrupt things like that. Does that sound good to y'all?
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. And this can last for a bit till the end of the fight. I think you deserve having a nice like beneficial effect like that for rolling well.
Yippee!
So
Yeah.
who wants to go next? I think Kane hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kane was waiting.
I mean, like, I think I'm like still like I'm fighting the snake, right? I'm probably gonna like I'm probably still shooting at it with my.
Oh yeah, like you're like the only one who's properly in position to exchange blows right now. So you
Yeah,
want
right.
to do that?
I think once I started on the ship, I stopped like aiming to like interfere and started aiming to like actually like fight the thing.
Mhm. Okay.
So I am going to like I guess roll to exchange blows, right?
Yep.
That was like a clash roll. Um, and yeah, basically like what my plan is, I'm going to keep like sliding back on the surface of the water as I like just keep like pelting it, like hoping to like draw it like towards me. And if that all goes well, then like, hey, all right.
You do good.
Yeah, I mean, I think I am just playing it safe right now, right? Like I'm not like I have not made like particular like commitments to how I'm trying to deal with this thing. I don't know if I'm trying to like fucking kill or anything. So I'm just like I'm just like sliding back, keeping arranged as I'm just like fucking like and like unloading on the thing.
Yeah, no, and you land some like in the process of that, you land some good hits, and you were spacing yourself like I imagine you're like using these the jet boosters effectively that's keeping
Mhm.
off the surface like to kind of like quickly strafe around the target, like firing rounds at it at a rapid pace. And it due to like both the like disruption of its immediate vision and like with just like the speed at which you're moving, it's not able to really keep up with you, and you're just perfectly safe the entire time. So
Yeah.
it'll be marked with a risk. I wouldn't say it's bleeding.
Okay.
You have definitely entered this master of the lake, and it probably let out a wail of like agony. Um, who wants to go next?
I want to cool off.
Okay,
I'm also gonna cool off.
that's fine with me. Do you want to do that in your steers or out of them?
X is gonna do it out.
I'm gonna do
Well,
it, and I
you're
feel
in a
safe.
relative moment of safety. Kane's
Yeah.
keeping everything on, keeping the creature occupied. So
Yeah. I'm
You can
gonna.
go first.
Yeah, you go first. We have advantage, right? So
Yeah.
I got a 10.
you do it fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe how that goes?
Yeah, right. I just take a second to like jog in place, like slap my cheeks a little bit, like get
You
pumped.
what?
Like
Sla- sla- s-
Which cheeks?
yeah. Um.
Both.
just kind of like
Yeah.
just kind of like pull the arm off and put it back on to like shake off the rest
Yeah.
a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like drain the water out of the nooks and crannies of your arm.
Yeah. And I'm gonna lose disrupted.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm also going to I'm gonna also try and get rid of my disrupted one. I'm just gonna fucking sit and just like chill and calm
Uh,
down.
Okay, so that would probably be like that's not like defy.
I was
Probably
thinking
like
like sense.
yeah, sense sounds good to me. Like
Like that just
you,
like stop being confused.
yeah, like take a moment to just like center yourself and like refocus. Sounds good. Yeah, go ahead and roll sense for me.
Gwen, how'd you do that thing you did?
Just 3d6 K2. You can see what I typed in the roll.
What is the roll command?
/R.
Oh, slash. Okay.
Also
Yeah,
a 10.
Nice.
Describe how you centered yourself. Like what did you do to like kind of regain your composure?
She just kind of like she just like sat on the ground and just like closed her eyes and just like put her hands on the ground and just did some breathing exercises.
Okay. Does your deity assist you in any way?
Uh, what me?
Assist you.
Oh, assist me. Yeah, it sits in my lap.
Aw.
Okay. Yeah, well, like imagine it would probably like curl up real cutely.
Yeah.
I see you squirching the air, and I know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Both of you all have managed to clear a risk. Mal, you are in your steer, ready to fight.
Hell
What do you want?
yeah.
What do you want to do?
Okay. I'm just getting my sheet up. If it is all right, I think I would like to activate my cloak and try and like run just like straight at it with. Oh wait, hang on. Oh no, both my weapons probably glow.
That's fine. I mean, if you're coming at this out of cloaking, I'm going to give you advantage because it's not a minute. It's not going to have enough time. It's not going to have as much time to react to what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
So,
this is true.
like, if you break cloaking to shoot your gun, that's
Well,
fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, it says it specifically says for the cloak, I become invisible for a scene or until risk. Um
Oh, okay.
so unless I'm taking a risk, I think it's safe
Yeah.
to say that I
Yeah.
still have the cloaking involved.
Just
Okay.
cloaks your glow.
Yeah, you'll. I think in that case, then I think you'll still have advantage, obviously, but uh, I think once you act like that, it becomes aware that something nearby is invisible.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah, like it's not gonna just be like, oh no, I'm fucking crick on my neck.
Oh, I
yeah,
guess it
no,
was
like
nothing.
I guess
Yeah.
it was
yeah, I'm
Who's
just
there?
imagining this snake like it's just like sitting upright out of the lake and just like fucking like cricking its neck and just I guess it was nothing, and then goes
Yeah.
back to screaming at you. Um.
All right, but yeah, if I can, yeah, if I'm probably just for this, because I do have the, um, like I have the ruin blade and the force knife, but probably for this, if I'm just going in sneakily, I probably have the ruin blade like sheathed and the force knife out.
Okay,
It-
that's fine.
yeah,
What are the tags on the force knife for me?
force, melee, small, decisive. Wait, yeah.
If it's decisive, you're gonna have disadvantage on exchange blows, so you just don't get an advantage.
Oh, maybe I want. Oh wait, but then okay, Ruin Blade is melee / ruin fragile.
Yeah, no, fragile. If you fuck up, I'm gonna break it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you should probably keep that one.
I'm gonna keep
Sheathed.
that.
Because you're
I'm
like
gonna
the same level.
exactly.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
it's using a ruin weapon here would not give you any advantage. It only prevents disadvantage against higher tiered enemies.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Well, then I can give up the advantage for the force knife. That's all
Sure,
right.
that's fine.
I'm
You
still
will
doing.
have advantage on striking decisively, though.
Yes. Excellent.
So,
Okay.
but it is not defenseless.
Okay. So yeah, and I'm sneaking in. But he's not defenseless, so it adds up. I don't have disadvantage for the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
you don't have disadvantage. You're just rolling flat with your stats for clash.
Yeah, cool. Well, in that case, I might as well roll that and then decide what specifically is happening based on that. So for standard clash.
Alrighty. Both you and your target are forced to take a risk.
That
Wow.
is.
Describe how you go in and try to attack it with your force knife.
Probably how I'm imagining it is like the cloak goes over, she's invisible, and then just like runs, sort of fucking Naruto runs like across the water, pit pat, pit pat, pit pat, and then tries to get like a big like pulls out the knife, tries to just do a big strike from behind or wherever. Like I'm presuming it's facing if it's facing Kane, but whatever. If it's not from behind, but basically like a big swipe up, like a single big strike. And okay, for folks taking a risk, that probably means that in the process of I'm no longer cloaked because I'm taking a risk. So
Yeah, your risk
we'll
would be revealed.
yeah, so my risk would be revealed. So like as I do that, like I take the big strike. I'm presuming the risk that he's taking is like he's at least getting a little discombobulated by getting hit by a knife, and then the cloak like deactivates, and now I'm fully visible. And then do I have to take do I have to take a proper risk in addition to being revealed? Probably.
No, the
No?
specific risk that you take is revealed
Yeah,
when you're cloaked.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, perfect. Then my risk is I get revealed in the process of striking him.
Mm-hmm.
I
That
love
sounds
it.
good.
I love that we're like slowly rolling out the Astirs.
I like to think of it as
it's
this
really
is the
like
part where
it's really like first episode showing them off for the first time. It's pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
like exactly. I'm picturing like it does like we do there like a move happens. I think getting revealed is actually perfect because that's when the screen like it briefly pauses and shows the name of the Astir
Right,
like
right.
in big fucking it has the
Yeah.
big fucking katakana like across the screen like
The katakana that says something we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't think about that.
Yeah, so you go at it with your force knives, and I think you get in real close, and you're able to like get a nice like cut on it, and like get like a nice like basically just knock it around pretty effectively. I don't think its wounds get like as exacerbated, but you are definitely I want to say like suppressing this large snake
Mm-hmm.
and adding another risk to it.
Perfect.
But in the process of you going at it in the bustle, it does like swing into you and hit you with enough force to disrupt your cloaking system, deactivating it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and probably like knocks you back a little bit. So like in that moment you trade blows, and the snake like feels a little more unsteady, but it still has like fight in it.
Okay.
Um Kane,
Yeah.
it's back to you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. It's fucking come at me. So, look what was going. So like, God, sorry. Like, God. So, yeah. So where is it focused right now? Like, I know Mal got it with the knife, right?
Yeah, no, I would say it just finished its exchange with Mal.
Uh-huh.
So now like it had turned to like kind of whip its like upper body into Mal to like strike them backwards and like create distance.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it was kind of like doing this in a wide range because it didn't actually know where Mal was when it was immediately getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's not defense yet or anything, is it?
no, he is at 2 risks, but he's not defenseless.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna like.
You would have to exchange blows one more time.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, like, I think I'm just gonna do that, right? Like, I think I'm like.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to closing the distance a little bit because like if this works, I'll be like, I want to be in a position to like fucking do more shit, right? But like,
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes. I might be getting ahead of myself a little bit. Gonna hit that clash roll. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. How are you going at it? What's your approach of attack?
I'm using the Blaze one still, so I'm still like fucking like I'm basically like pelting it as I like go in, and I assume it's gonna be like startled enough to like lunge at me, right? Like I assume it's on the back foot. I assume it's like afraid of me.
Yes.
Um,
I think yeah, if you're firing with blades once, I think you were like landing good hits on this thing, but in like an act of desperation, whips around and try and just rams into you
mhm,
and like knocks your steer down.
yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna say you are disrupted.
Okay.
You were off center. You'd have to like take some time to recover, or you know deal with having some issues with your machine. But after landing that blow, it is weak. It is feeble. It is barely hanging in there.
I imagine the thinking is like once I get like rammed into like I get knocked down, like it is mostly a thing of like okay, I have to like regain my balance on top of the water and like get back up on top of it because I've like sunk in a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah, and that kind of and I would say that constitutes like a risk, right? Like you were having to
Mhm.
like take the time to restabilize in order to like continue the fight. And I would say your systems might be like a little like I think your like guidance and like piloting systems are probably like a little fritzy. Like your movement's not as clean as it normally would be.
Hmm.
If that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I think it's most like the sense of like, all right, I don't have the like clean balance on top of the water, and I imagine it's like way harder to get back once you lose
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, that's like
Um,
the risk your eyes. Like your mobility is kind of like as a risk. Like this doesn't have a mechanical
yeah,
purpose. This is only narrative. This is
yeah, and like
describing the risk.
I don't want to add like additional like difficulties to my systems on top of that, right? Like it feels like a
No, 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 no. Like it is in the way that it doesn't affect your performance in a way that matters, but I mean, it is something that could become a bigger issue later.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah. So, um, I think
Also, I
actually,
could. Oh,
as you kind of like land those remaining blows, it's just kind of like feebly like floating in the water at this point, trying to muster up a last bit of resistance. You hear like a large explosion, just a large like loud noise coming from the woods where you saw those life dots, and you hear over almost like a loudspeaker, um, "That's enough." And out of the woods rolls several more of those hover bikes that exist on this like that hover on the surface water. However, they are not in blade uniform. Um, from your knowledge, these are people that live here. What do you do? How do y'all react to this?
I'd say it's probably mostly up to Mal and Kane,
yeah,
as they're
Yeah,
the
probably.
ones
Okay.
out there.
Yeah.
yeah. Like you can try to strike decisively, but there are people here that are coming to like stop you from doing that and trying to prevent that from happening.
I mean, like, if it is winded, like again, like I am not like in the process of just killing a big animal if it's like backed off of me, right? Like I'm not like a fucking sicko or anything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm probably. Yeah, I'm not thinking that like. Well, I mean, there's probably enough time in between when she did that strike and when that it did the thing. Like, I don't think she's probably immediately going to try and strike her to strike them anyway. So yeah, I don't think she's gonna like try and defy them and do that, but she's definitely like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not gonna try and strike decisively because this is probably important.
yeah.
Um, like Mal is thinking like, but also she is a little pissed off that she is not going to get to do a cool killing. Um,
That's fair.
yeah,
Um
that's
uh
more internal because I don't think she says anything. Like if she could, she would probably make her mech shrug a little bit. Like, yeah,
yeah.
what the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, that's fine. In that case, if y'all backed off a bit, you see these people on bikes kind of like dressed in like relatively dark form-fitting clothing on like what almost looks like stolen blades bikes, but like have been reskinned. You see a group of like relatively like young people, so probably like between like the ages of 20 and like 16. Like hover to the center of the lake where the master of the lake is, and like you see a young girl, probably like 22, like at the lead of them, and like go and like put a hand on the master of the lake and like talk to it a little bit, and then the master of the lake subsides and it goes back to its home beneath the water.
Nice.
And that is the end of this combat.
Woo!
I didn't actually want y'all to kill a big snake. I'm sorry.
I didn't
That's
want to
okay.
kill the big snake.
I felt bad
That's
for the
okay.
snake. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're kin. We both got scaly. We're like
Yeah.
cousins.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anyone in
you're
this group
basically
that's really
cousins.
big on killing animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have any sickos in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, that's fine.
No.
Who cares?
No. Fash. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, you now have like suddenly a new party, a new group of people here, that don't seem to be immediately hostile. But
I like.
made their presence known to like save some a creature that they do seem to care about.
Yeah. You hear Ember through the ship speakers like, "Hey, you guys, freedom fighters."
You hear the girl at the front with like this like she has like wild black hair kind of spread out in every direction. She has like a very clean looking like black long sleeve shirt and like sturdy looking like waterproof pants and boots. With like like some armored like with like an armored shoulder pad over one shoulder, right?
Uh-huh.
And a big axe on her back. And she laughs at this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wiping a tear out of her eye, just as like something like that.
Woo! Mission accomplished.
Work is done.
Yeah, no. And she goes something like that.
Does Ember hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Just because she was talking out of the loudspeakers.
Yeah, no. Like, this woman like was able to speak loud enough to disrupt you from like killing the creature. So, she also has a form of loudspeaker, like a way to like communicate like directly, essentially.
She just has a megaphone.
Basically, a magical megaphone. It's a big rock. It's a crystal. What do you how do you want to approach this? Like, there's this clearly group of like,
We've been
non-hostile
going.
people. Do you want to like invite them into the ship, or like try to like
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
like try to like get to a space, like get them to a space where it's like, hey, we should like talk.
Yeah. Let's invite them into the ship.
Okay.
The ship where they can't lie.
Yeah, that's fine.
Opening the like the hatch on the mech and just saying, "Hey, this place smells like shit. Can we go inside?"
Yeah.
Where it smells less like shit.
Yeah,
it's
because
a swamp.
I think they all recognize you immediately as like coalition force, but
Yeah.
I think y'all I think they take their bikes inside and y'all load back up onto the ship, and I think they also probably help you get unstuck
Yeah.
from the muck.
X does immediately tell them about the ward that means they can't lie in the ship.
The main girl takes note of that and like appreciates the honesty, and
like it wasn't for them, it was for the guy we captured.
Yeah, no, and
So they know that.
and they will make effort to like if when it comes time to discuss things, we'll discuss things outside of the ship. As much as as much as honesty can be valuable, I mean, not everybody wants to air out all their laundry, without a choice.
Well, I mean, you can just choose not to say anything.
Yeah.
That's true, but like I don't know, silence in the effort of trying to like make conversation and like get an understanding of things isn't very fun.
Yeah.
So.
And also, it would make it so Mal basically can't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna say that you're able to get out of this muck. You were able to like you have about enough like time and safety to like kind of get back to where you originally wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this would lead us into downtime. However, we've been going for almost 4 hours, so I
Yeah.
think this is a good time to call it.
This is
Does
a
this
great
mean
time to call it.
we are no longer having risks?
Oh yeah, no, once you are out of combat, all of your risks get cleared. Perils were the only thing you have to like actually
Right.
fix during downtime. So
Pog.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
and I didn't really intend for any of y'all to come out of this with perils. Like this was just to like introduce y'all to combat and like the area.
I didn't intend for any of you to come out of this with perils. Tried to convince me to take a peril when I was only at 2 risks.
It's an option. I wasn't trying to convince anybody. I'm just making things known. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my job. But yeah, no, I'm gonna call this into session. Normally, I would have a downtime seat at this point, but this ran
The
pretty long.
downtime would take this like another hour or 2.
Yeah, at least. And not to mention, there's going to be at least one more sortie after this,
Mhm.
as well. Before we look into like a conflict turn. So,
Mhm.
yeah. How do y'all feel about this? How'd it go?
It was a
That
good
was
first
great. That was
session.
fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm really glad.
Yeah, you did
And
so good, Gray.
You did such a good job, Gray.
Yeah, good job, Gray.
thank you, thank
I'm
you.
exci-
I
I'm
hope
excited for
y'all.
Kane to hang out on a ship where nobody can lie.
Yeah.
Very terrified about the no lying ship.
Well, honestly, if y'all take enough time between now and later, it'll wear off. So it's going to take
think
time to get
some of
muck
the
out of the
downtime
way.
would be funny though.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
I
your
think you
name?
can-
People have taken to calling me Kane.
Yeah. But
The
yeah,
papers
no.
all say Kane on them.
And Kane, are you hundreds of ghosts in a trench coat?
You have to answer.
He just runs.
It's just like takes a moment to count. No.
You hear like you see the fingers moving, like counting.
God.
Kane visualizing an abacus in his head.
Kane internally, nah, more like thousands.
I don't think it's like thousands. I
Yeah.
think it's probably like, I don't know, like 15, 20, right?
Yeah, I don't know how hard like the Concordat chopped and screwed you into existence. So, but yeah, no. Normally this would be like in a PBTA game. This is where we have like end of session stuff, but I don't think there's like end of session questions in this game where you would like mark experience for stuff. I think Spotlight is purely earned through failure, and otherwise it's hooks and gravity that make you level up.
Yeah.
So, mostly I just want to check in with y'all and see if y'all like we're having a good time. If y'all have anything you want to input or anything, that would be a good time to do it. Or if you want to do it off stream, it's fine too.
Until next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm super excited. I'm very happy about this game.
I'm really glad. I did my best, and honestly, with how things went, I still have a lot of material prepared that I didn't get to get to.
Yeah, that's the way of it, right? Like you do.
Yeah, like having this failure made me had to improvise a whole combat scene. I didn't think it was gonna have to happen because I didn't think y'all would fuck up on the sortie roll that bad.
It was a normal fuck up.
Yeah, it was just a straight up failure.
Yeah, it was a straight up failure, but like I figured y'all would have like a good amount of positive points. Like it's just like I didn't expect Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
But I mean that's fine. I think that actually wound up being a pretty fun thing to have happen. So
yeah,
I did my best. But yeah, no, I think I'm at least done for now.
Cool.
I think I also had a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to like do some like quick plugs before we sign off?
Yes.
I have. Before you type in your links in chat, I have a thing that I can do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There's all of our links. Click all of them now.
Holy shit.
Yes. Follow me on Tumblr. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch. I draw and I play video games.
If you follow Aqua on Twitch, you gotta follow me on Twitch so that we can stay even in numbers.
No. If you follow me, don't follow her.
No, don't do that. We have to be exactly. You can't surpass me. I can't let it happen.
Oh, come on. You've been past me for over a month. Let me have this once.
No.
Yeah, and Yeah, and you can check out Ruby and I's podcast, Konoha Crush. We talk about Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I don't know, like I if that's it, hey everybody, thanks for watching. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a great fucking time.
Woo. Yeah, this went a lot better, I think, on my end than I expected. I'm very excited for next week. I feel like I got a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, it was good hanging out, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to
Alright.
go ahead and kill the stream?
Yep. Later.
Catch y'all next week.
Bye, loyal
Get out of
viewers.
here.